Leading off center fielder, number 18, David Harris. Batting second baseman, number 27, Justin Gladfelter. Batting third, the right fielder, number 3, Dominic Vanguardi. Batting fourth, designated hitter, number 17, Logan Stickler. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 15, Matthew Ganschow. Batting sixth, third baseman, number 19, Thomas Marcotte. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 22, Anthony Sabino. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 26, Adam Weiss. Batting ninth, the catcher, number 49, Michael Sambella. And batting 10th, the extra hitter, number 33, Ryotaro Munakata. The starting pitcher for Niagara Falls is number 36, Dean LaRose. The Americans are coached by Dan Brick. Now let's meet the starting lineup for your Auburn Doubledays. Leading off, shortstop, number 5, Jaden Madrid. And second, third baseman, number 15, Chase Moore. And third, center fielder, number 20, Teddy Monahan. Heading fourth, first baseman, number 32, Justin Batts. Heading fifth, the extra hitter, number 22, Braden Michelson. Heading sixth, second baseman, number 4, William Regland. Heading seventh, the left fielder, number 30, Brendan Smith. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 33, Dustin Wortham. Batting ninth, the catcher, number 27, Jake Bentavenga. And batting 10th, the right fielder, number 1, Michael Ambrosio. The starting pitcher for the Doubledays is number 8, Joseph Williams. Tonight's bat boy is Jimmy Green. The Doubledays are coached by Thomas Nelson, assisted by Tim Mack and Tim Byerman. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask all who are able to please stand and remove your caps for the national anthem. The anthem will be performed this evening by Ms. Kira Dominic.
You have the first pitch to the guy's name? Yeah. Sean, the Terrier. Yeah.
We've reached the home stretch of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League regular season with exactly 1 week remaining. But first, it's time for baseball on a beautiful Sunday evening here at Leo Pinckney Field at Falcon Park in Auburn, New York, With the season series tied at 1 game apiece, the Niagara Falls Americans and the Auburn Doubledays meet for the rubber match. Good evening and welcome to the American Sports Network alongside Ethan Duncan. I'm Tom Rook. Ethan, a crazy last week. A lot of games canceled due to rain, canceled due to bad air quality, but we got a game going here tonight at Falcon Park here in Auburn.
Certainly something both teams have seen so far. Americans didn't play Auburn yesterday. Wasn't air quality due to weather. They didn't get to play the Ironbacks on the 15th or the Pioneers on the 16th, albeit Doubledays have a little bit of a losing streak here. Fell to the Pioneers 8-5 on the 17th. Lost a pair to Jamestown, both by 1, 5-4, and 9-8. Lost to Olean Oilers, actually demolished by Olean. The Oilers set on the 14th, 17-2. Doesn't include a stint. It's a team in the NYCBL. The Syracuse Saltcats, which they fell 6-2. So last win was actually against the Pilots, Tom. Last time the Americans won as well as against the Pilots. Beat them 12-11. What the Doubledays did on that 12. So been a while since they've seen a win. It's really firmly in that third seed, in that playoff spot. Really trying to build over the Pioneers along with the Oilers, who they fell to, because those teams are trying to jump them as well.
The Doubledays coming into today 18-14 overall, 10-7 here at Falcon Park, 8-7 on the road. The Americans 12-25 overall, 8-11 at home, 4-14 on the road. We'll take a look at the Americans starting lineup for today.
David Harris moving to the one spot. We've seen it a little bit of times. Usually Justin Gladfelter, he's jumping up. He's had a 16-game hitting streak. Justin Gladfelter behind him. Dominic Zangardi in the 3 spot. Logan Stickler moves up to 4, ahead of Matt Ganshow. Then Thomas Marcotte, Anthony Savino, Adam Weiss, Michael Sabella, Rayatara Miyakata, and Aiden Morose on the mound for the Americans.
So David Harris at the plate with Joseph Williams on the mound. First pitch is underway, and it's low and outside, ball number 1 to David Harris. Joseph Williams on the mound here for the Doubledays here at Leo Pinckney Field at Falcon Park in Auburn, New York. Count is 1-0. Harris at the plate. Pitch low and in. Now 2-0. Williams, rocking number 8 for the Doubledays, a right-hander out of Atlanta, Georgia. Plays his collegiate ball at Jackson State in Jackson, Mississippi. 11 appearances this past year, 17 earned runs in 13 1/3 innings. Good hitters count here for the Americans' leadoff hitter and Dave Harris. Here's the 2-0. Line to right field. Going back, Ambrogio near the wall. It's over his head. Hits off the wall. Harris rounds first. He's headed for second. Not stopping there. Harris rounds second. The relay throw is not going to be in time. Harris is in there. It's a leadoff triple for David Harris. And the Americans are set up here with the guy on third and nobody out in the top of the first.
What a hit from Harris. You wonder if at Salmaga that ball's gone. We see the high fence there in right center to that Falcon Park sign. Harris just kept along chugging. We thought he was going to stop at second. Doesn't. Keeps going. Slides in for a triple for Harris. That's his first triple all year, and it sets up the Americans. Justin Gladfelter for a ground ball here. Give the Americans a 1-0 lead in a game. The last time they were here, Tom, only scored 1 run.
Brings up Gladfelter. First pitch inside, misses 1-0. So Williams fell behind Harris early, 2-0, made him pay. Taking an early hack on a good hitter's count. Harris drives it. Not an extra base hit machine this season. Had a ground rule double just earlier in the week, but a triple to lead off this one. Pitch to Gladfelter in there, called strike. Count is even up at 1. Joseph Williams going to be a sophomore at Jackson State this year. Now his 7th start of the summer here for Auburn. 4-2 this summer. Here's the 1-1 to Gladfelter. Bounced foul. Now 1-2. Gladfelter well behind a fastball right there from Williams.
We talked about second in the team in innings pitched, right behind Baker, 34 1/3. Tied with Baker as well with wins with 4, both 4-2 on the year.
Auburn playing the infield back. Pitch to Gladfelter. Bounce to third. Harris taking off on contact. Throw home is in plenty of time. And Auburn makes a big out at home, throwing out David Harris. How about Chase Moore for out number 1?
It's the one spot where you don't want to put a grounder with a runner at third. No chance for Harris. Played easily by Moore in that leadoff triple race. You do get Gladfelter on it first, but the Americans, you really wish if you're Gladfelter putting that ball anywhere else right at the third baseman.
So Harris, a good jump on the ball running on contact, but a nice play by Chase Moore. Took a perfect throw and a perfect tag, which the Doubledays executed to perfection. And that'll bring up Dominic Zangardi, this team's leader in at-bats and games played this year, getting the start in right field this evening. First pitch, outside corner misses, 1-0 with the fastball.
Talked about it, Tom, in the win against the Doubledays. Gladfelter was a demon on the base pass, had 3 stolen bases. Certainly looking to see if he can do that here tonight.
Zangardi ahead in the count, 1-0. Gladfelter takes off early. Williams delivers, swing and a miss, strike 1. So Gladfelter jumping off first way early, but Williams didn't move an inch, stayed set and delivered the pitch, got Zangardi to swing and miss. Zangardi hitting .354 on the summer, a .500 slugging percentage. Pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. A nice off-speed pitch down and in from Williams. That Zangardi swings right through.
We talked about his struggles with the strikeouts, but these are just good pitches here from Zangardi, just not being able to make contact.
Zangardi, 4 doubles, 2 triples, and 2 homers on the year. Gladfelter, a good running count right here. Staying put, pitch, Zangardi fouls it straight back. It'll stay 1-2. Could see Gladfelter take off here. Top 5 in the PGCBL in stolen bases this year is Gladfelter. Last time these two teams met up, it was right here at Falcon Park. And the Doubledays won that one 10-0. The Americans want to forget about that one. 1-2 count. There goes Gladfelter. Pitch, low and away, a ball. Throw down from Bentavenga is not in time. Gladfelter swipes second. And the Americans have a runner in scoring position here in the top of the first once again. See if they can capitalize now.
Great throw for Bentavenga just on the outer half of the plate, outer half of second base. Gladfelter able to dive in safely. Close play. Gladfelter gets into scoring position here. Now Zangardi, still a tough spot here on the 2-2.
Count is even. Pitch from Williams. Inside. Got him. Strike 3. Zangardi takes it on the inner half. And there's the second out of the inning.
For Zangardi, quick frame there on that inner half. Didn't even think about it. Huge out as it brings up Stickler. It's been one of the hottest hitters this week.
So Stickler digs in, the second-year American, with a runner at second in Justin Gladfelter. Good speed, can score on a base hit. Williams comes set, delivers a fastball swing right through it to Stickler for strike number 1.
We talked about Stickler really swinging on these first pitches. Certainly doesn't change there. On the fastball, a little bit high.
So Stickler at the plate. Behind 0-1, Williams deals. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Stickler waves through an off-speed pitch way out of the zone. Stickler, a .325 hitter here on the summer. 17 RBIs, 16 RBIs in his last 5 games. Just been on an absolute heater at the plate here for the red, white, and blue, but he's behind now 0-2. Gladfelter off second, a good lead. Williams comes set, checks on Gladfelter, delivers to Stickler. Low and away, missing. Good stop from the U of R catcher in Bentavenga. Bentavenga really impressive back there behind the plate all season long. A good arm and a good glove.
Williams only one wild pitch can certainly help Bentavenga for that.
Here's the 1-2 to Stickler. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 straight strikeouts for Joseph Williams to get out of a little bit of a jam there in the top of the first. And the Doubledays are coming to bat in the inning. No runs on, no 1 hit, no errors in the inning. Just 1 runner left on base. The Doubledays coming up to hit against Aiden Moroz here for the red, white, and blue in the bottom of the first. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Bully Hill Vineyards for their support all season long. On the south end of gorgeous Keuka Lake, you can taste over 40 wines and enjoy food at a family-friendly winery open 7 days a week. Visit bullyhillvineyards.com to learn more about what they have to offer. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank TLC Pet Food for their continued support. Specializing in nutrient-dense recipes, TLC Pet Food offers dog and cat food with fresh ingredients and added probiotics. Find the whole life dog and cat formulas for your furry friend at tlcpetfood.com. A special thank you to Tropical Heating and Cooling for sponsoring the Americans this season. Locally owned and operated, Tropical Heating and Cooling provides expert installation, repair, and maintenance for home heating, cooling, and air quality systems. Call 716-870-0753 or head to tropicalheating.net to submit a service request and knock your heating and cooling needs out of the park. Back here at Falcon Park, nothing. Doubledays coming to bat. We'll take a look at the Auburn starting lineup today here against Aiden Rose on the mound for the Americans. Jaden Madrid getting the start at shortstop in the leadoff spot. Chase Moore batting second at the hot corner. Teddy Monahan, been one of the best hitters across the West Division this summer, batting third, getting the start in center field. Justin Batts over at first. Braden Michelson, the extra hitter. William Ragland, the second baseman, looking to get some revenge for the first time these two teams met all the way back in June on the mound. Now Brendan Smith in left field. Dustin Wortham, a Daytona Beach Christian University player, one of Thomas Eaton fellow players, going to be the designated hitter. Jake Bentavanga behind the plate, and Michael Ambrogio, the Auburn native, in right. First pitch from Rose, misses low and away, ball one. Aiden Rose on the mound for the Americans, leads this team in innings pitched on the year, 40 2/3. That one in there, no, misses upstairs. 2-0. Madrid at the plate, getting the start at shortstop tonight for the Doubledays. Takes a fastball again upstairs. Moreau's kind of staring at that one, wondering where it really missed. Must have missed just upstairs to Madrid, who is just 5'6". Pitch that one in there, a called strike. Madrid, 5'6", 150 pounds, currently in the transfer portal. Moreau's working out of the windup. Count 3-1. Pitch popped up towards left center. Savino going back. He's under it and makes the first out of the inning. Fighting the sun. A nice play by Anthony Savino.
You can certainly struggle with the sun in the past, but Savino makes it a super easy play. It certainly helps out Morose. He feels like a couple more strikes should have been called in that first at-bat.
That'll bring up Chase Moore batting from the left side, the third baseman this evening for the Doubledays. Moore in his 21st game of the year this summer. Pitch. That one's popped up into right center. Zangardi coming on. He's fighting the sun as well. Gladfelter going out. He makes the play. So back-to-back infield catches, but in the outfield.
Certainly helping the pitch count from Morose. 2 quick outs against some of the best players on this Doubleday squad. Trying to go 1, 2, 3.
Doubledays in third place, in the PGCBL. First pitch to Teddy Monahan in there, a called strike. Rose, a guy that forces a lot of outs, keeps guys off balance. His bread and butter is forcing soft contact and working quickly as he gets strike 2 right there on a check swing. Rose, 4.2 ERA in 40 2/3. Just 23 strikeouts, but only 17 walks on the year as well. 19 earned runs to 22 runs. Pitch to Monahan, dribbled foul off himself in the box. So we'll do it again, 0-2. Monahan batting from the right side, playing center field this evening for the Doubledays. Morose's pitch, low and away, misses. Now 1-2. Monahan on the year, second on the team in batting average, a 4.07. This is game number 29 for him. Pitch driven out to right. Zangardi drifting over. He's not going to get there. It'll land. Monahan rounds first, headed for second. Zangardi gets the ball in. Monahan going to stop right there. It's a 2-out leadoff double, 2-out stand-up double for Teddy Monahan.
Monahan and Harris both use that wall to their advantage. Able to get in safely for a double. So it brings up bats. So in that game when the Americans won 11-10, Monahan was huge for this Doubledays team. Had 2 hits, 3 RBIs. Already is a hit there.
So Monahan a big lead off second now here for Justin Batts at the plate, playing first base this evening for the Doubledays. Pitch, outside corner, called strike. Yeah, the Americans won the first meeting between these two teams 11-10 all the way back on June 7th. That was the Americans' first win of the season. They were 0-3 at the time. Auburn, first loss of the season. Pitch from Rose, line to short. Savino plays on a hop, a long throw. Pick at first by Weiss, got him. A nice play, 6-3 put out for Savino to Weiss. Robs Justin Batts of an RBI base hit and keeps the score 0-0. Anthony Savino, a nice play at short.
A couple nice plays. First the one in the sun, and that one a huge stop. That one going from in the outfield, as you mentioned, keeps it a 0-0 game. Both teams we've seen have shown the offense. The triple and the double from both sides have both been humongous.
Once again, I'm Tom Rook alongside Ethan Duncan here on the American Sports Network for a great matchup today, July 19th. Exactly 1 week left here in the PGCBL regular season before the playoffs start. We're at Leo Pinckney Field at Falcon Park here in Auburn, New York. The third matchup between these two teams this season. Each team has taken one, but been very different games. First time all the way back in early June, Americans took it 11-10 on a walk-off, a Derek Jesmati base hit up the middle. The last time these two teams met was back here at Falcon Park, and the Doubledays won that one 10-0 in 5 innings. It was supposed to be just a 7-inning game due to some heat on the field, but ended up being a 5-inning game due to the mercy rule. In that game, the Doubledays took advantage on the bases and at the plate, but specifically on the bases. They stole 7 bags against Nick Pass behind the plate, who had 3 pass balls in the game as well. So they really took advantage on the bases, as Matt Ganschow now will lead things off here in the top of the second for the red, white, and blue. Ganschow in that 10-0 game went 0 for 2. Americans in that game just had 3 hits, one off the bat of Evan Schenk, one off the bat of Harris, and one off the bat of Justin Gladfelter. First pitch from Joe Williams, popped up on the right side of the infield. Justin Batts can't see it. Bantavanga ranging over, and none of them will grab it. It lands, so Ganschow will get another life. So Bentavanga ran it down, but could not get there. The sun in his eyes. Bats couldn't see it as well. So Williams on the mound ahead 0-1. Ganschow gets another life. We'll see how he uses it. Williams working out of the windup. Nobody on, nobody out. Pitch to Ganschow. Upstairs misses 1-1. Williams, a 6'2", 190-pound sophomore at Jackson State. Fastball anywhere from 85 to 88. Pitch to Ganschow inside. Misses that one 84. Features a fastball, curveball, changeup, slider combo. All the way from Atlanta, Georgia. 5 o'clock start today. Pitch to Ganschow. Misses upstairs. Home plate umpire not giving that high strike at all today so far.
I was going to say the exact same thing. It really doesn't matter who's in that box, whether it's Ganshow's 6'2", or earlier when he was 5'7". Same spot there again, Tom.
Yeah,
certainly,
misses just upstairs.
Certainly both pitchers are going to really have to realize, you really have to analyze what the umpire is giving you earlier in the game. We've sort of seen that, whether you're not looking for that outside strike zone earlier and the other pitcher capitalizes on it. Both umpires are going to realize, certainly with a umpire who's not the tallest, Tom, that realizing that that high strike zone is not something you're going to have to get, and certainly you have to change your spots.
So the first walk of the ball game for the Americans. Matt Ganschow on first. Pitch. That one's popped up to left. Smith ranging towards the line. Makes the catch. First out of the inning. As we'll take a look at the Doubledays defensive alignment here this evening. Brendan Smith, Teddy Monahan, Michael Ambrogio from left to right in the outfield. Then the infield, Chase Moore at the hot corner. Jaden Madrid at shortstop. William Ragland the third at second. And Justin Bass over at first. Then the battery, Joseph Williams and Jake Bentavanga. That'll bring up the hometown hero, Anthony Savino. Ganschow on first, 1 out in the inning. Savino getting the start at shortstop today. Made a really nice play in that bottom half of the first. Pitch from Williams, a fastball. Savino pops it up behind home, but it's going to go out of play for strike number 1.
Certainly see the Americans have fared better with the sun compared to the Doubledays. And the reason why Ganschow was on first base, couldn't see it in the sun, and then a couple nice plays in the outfield that certainly wouldn't have blamed the Americans, Gladfelter or Savino, if that ball had dropped.
Kind of an odd timing in terms of the sun today, a 5 p.m. start, so definitely the shadows will play a factor. Pick off the first. Ganschow almost caught leaning, but Williams' move not too quick, so Ganschow able to get back. Moreau's a guy that really goes for a lot of length when he's out there on the mound for this Americans team, so wonder how deep they see him go as Savino swings on and misses for strike 2, whereas Williams provides that same style in his 7th start of the summer.
Wonder if we'll see Ganschow trying to steal. Team tied for 3rd in stolen bases.
pick off. This is a quick one from Williams, but Ganschow back in time. So Williams 34 and a third innings on the year. 22 runs, 36 hits. He's given up. Pitch to Savino. Called strike 3. Savino thought it was low. Dan Brick not happy with the call either over at third base. But Savino down on strikes for the second out of the inning.
Well, we've seen what his zone is so far. Doesn't give anything above the shoulder and certainly gives stuff near the feet.
Savino sure thought so. That'll bring up Adam Weiss. Ganschow still at first, 2 outs now in the top of the second. Pitch to Weiss. Swing and a miss, strike 1 with that slider. Weiss at the plate, also done some pitching this summer for the Americans. Actually pitched the last time they were here at Falcon Park, but surrendered a whole lot of runs, and now he's at the plate in this one as he takes that one inside. So now 1-1. Weiss a .250 hitter on the summer, but gets on base at a .436 clip. Count is even at 1. Ganschow off first. Staying there. Pitch misses up and in. Now 2-1.
We rave about Weiss getting on base percentage, but Ganschow on first gets on 506 clip. Really one of his underrated parts of the game. We talk about his slugging, but 20 walks on the year.
Williams out of the stretch. Pitch outside. Misses. Now 3-1. 3-1 count with Weiss at the plate. Weiss having a better July so far than June. A .270 average here in July versus a .231 average in June. Pitch. Fastball down the heart of the plate, but Weiss right on it. Fouls it straight back. That'll make the count full. So that will release Ganschow off first, give him a head start. Good speed over there for the tall left fielder for the Americans. Madrid deep and up the middle at shortstop. Weiss a little bit late. There goes Ganschow. That one upstairs. Just missed with the slider, did Williams, and Weiss works one of his patented walks.
Surprised he went to the high strike when we saw Savino out looking on that low strike. Really feels like Williams hasn't understood this umpire's zone as it brings up Sabella with first and second.
So Sabella, a switch hitter, batting from the left side, Williams out of the stretch, first and second, 2 outs. Pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Sabella played some first base for the Americans, also done some catching, which he is doing this evening. Munakata looming on deck. But Sabella down 0-1, currently in the transfer portal. First and second for the red, white, and blue. Here's the 0-1. Line to the right side, played on a hop by Ragland. Goes to first, and there's out number 3. So Sabella hit it hard, but right at Ragland for out number 3 in the inning. Americans score no runs on no hits, no errors in the inning, and they leave 2 runners on. The Doubledays coming to bat here in the bottom of the second. Still 0-0. You're watching PGCBL Baseball right here on the American Sports Network. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank TLC Pet Food for their continued support. Specializing in nutrient-dense recipes, TLC Pet Food offers dog and cat food with fresh ingredients and added probiotics. Find the whole life dog and cat formulas for your furry friend at tlcpetfood.com. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the support of Stalka Agency. Serving Western New York since 1957, Stalka Agency makes insurance simple through proactive planning and straightforward conversations. Call the local Stalka insurance team at 716-634-7070 to get a tailored insurance quote that's as precise as a pitcher painting the outside corner. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Coca-Cola for their support this season. Known for its refreshing bubbles and iconic flavor, Coca-Cola is the world's best-selling carbonated soft drink. Snag a Coke right here at the Sal Magley Stadium concession stand and make your game day even sweeter. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank McDonald's for being a sponsor of the team this year. With an extensive menu of well-known favorites, McDonald's is famous for its convenience. Especially during a long baseball season, McDonald's is the perfect place to grab a quick bite to eat and get right back to the ballpark. So head to your nearest McDonald's and enjoy all the classics. So after a short 13-pitch first inning, Aiden Rose back out there for his second inning of work here against the Doubledays at Falcon Park. Score is still 0-0, one hit apiece for either club. 2 walks for the red, white, and blue that past half inning, but unable to capitalize. Again, back-to-back innings of getting guys in scoring position, but the Americans have yet to drive any runners in, as we still are scoreless.
On a real time, so far in 2 innings, Americans 0 for 6 with runners on, 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. We've talked about it there. Get the leadoff runners on. They're 2 for 2, but once they're on, they're unable to move them over.
First pitch from Rose to Braden Michelson is taken in the dirt for ball number 1. Michelson, the extra hitter this evening for the Doubledays. The last time the Doubledays played just a couple days ago against the Pioneers. That one's taken upstairs. Michelson, 4 hits, 4 for 5 with 2 runs scored. Also had a strikeout in the game 2 days ago against the Pioneers. Rose behind 2-0 pitch. Outside, missing now 3-0. A rare 3-0 count here from Rose to start the at-bat against Michelson. See if he has the green light here. 3-0 in the bottom of the second pitch. Taken inside corner, call a strike.
There's that low strike, Tom. Rose going to have to realize if it got Savino out, it can certainly get Michelson out as well.
We've seen it all day so far. Pitch from Rose. That one clearly outside. Rose asking for a new baseball. Didn't like the grip on that one. So Michelson reaches. First walk of the ball game issued by Aiden Rose. And it's a leadoff one, which often kills pitching. That'll bring up William Ragland, a second baseman here for the Doubledays. Americans move into double play depth. Michelson off first. Not too big of a lead. Pitch to Ragland. In there. Called strike. 0-1. Like I mentioned, the last time these two teams met, the Doubledays were just stealing at free will. 7 bags on the day. Pitch. Inside corner. Just misses from Rose with the curveball. 2 nights ago, Michelson 2 stolen bases against the Pioneers. See if he takes this one. Count 1-1. Pitch in there, called strike. A curveball down the middle. Rose hung it, but got away with it as Ragland takes the pitch.
Talked about stolen bases. Michelson 6 on the year. Not much of a lead off first.
And 2 of them coming just 2 days ago. Pitch from Rose upstairs. Misses with the fastball, so that'll even the count at 2. Rose went to Anna Maria College this past year, but with the closing of it down, now has committed to Point Park University in Pittsburgh, a Division II school, very high-level school in the home of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Rose on the bump. Count 2-2. Pitch in the dirt. A good block from Sabella. Keeps Michelson over there at first, but you wonder now a 3-2 count. Good count to run on. We see Michelson take off.
Yeah, we saw Gladfelter run on that full counter. Now big spot here.
Pitch upstairs, so back-to-back walks issued by Aiden Rose. And that'll bring up Brendan Smith.
Didn't see Michelson run there, but pitch high. Not going to get that call from his home plate umpire. Now first and second on. Big spot for Brendan Smith.
So scheduling is a little bit odd for the Americans this summer. No games the next 3 days after today. They'll pick it up back on Thursday. Rose out of the stretch deals. Swinging a miss, strike 1 against Brendan Smith. You can already see Dan Brick kind of chirping the home plate umpire from the dugout as the Americans are really upset with the home plate umpire so far today. Smith at the plate. Behind 0-1. Michelson off second. There he goes for third. Pitch now stops. Throw back to first. They've got Ragland in a rundown. Weiss chasing him down. Now taking off for third is Michelson. Gladfelter's throw in the dirt. It hits Michelson and gets away. Ragland will take off for second and make it. So a base running error turns into a base running play for the Doubledays. Now second and third with no outs in the inning.
Just a tough angle for Gladfelder to throw Michelson out. You opted to get the runner going from first to second, but then you see the runner having to move over when getting over to second. Try and get the lead runner out. Now everyone's safe. And when you're Morose, you think, all right, at least I'm going to get one of the outs here. You don't, and runners move over. So now second and third, 0-1 count.
Pitch, that's a check swing. And Smith goes around, so that's strike 3. First out of the inning. A nice job by Sabella blocking that one. So a big strikeout for Aiden Morose. First out of the inning. That'll bring up Dustin Wortham. Infield still in. Pitch. Chop to third. Marcotte fields foul. Smart play by Marcotte to touch that one foul. Would have been a real tough play for the Americans' hot corner to throw across the diamond.
And no need to run on contact there, so there's no chance he would have tried to have him get out going home. It's now an 0-1 here.
Wortham going to be an incoming freshman at Daytona Beach Christian, where Doubleday's head coach, Thomas Eaton, currently is employed. Bases are at second and third full. Pitch, outside corner, called to strike. A good spot for Morose. Now 0-2.
We've certainly seen the righties not get that outside call, and then the lefties saw the Zangari. That was his strikeout inside. So we're sort of seeing the low and that right side of the plate is really where.
Pitch from Morose, low and away. Call it, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Morose able to get back-to-back strikeouts here against the Doubledays. And the Americans infield will back up. Now back to normal depth, second and third. Still, that'll bring up Jake Bentavenga.
We've seen the Americans have runners all runners on, bases loaded, not have a run come in. Even
pitch
tougher.
from Rose, outside, ball.
Had runners, bases loaded, and not score with no outs. I think it's tougher with second and third because there's no force out, Tom. Trying to do that here. Bentavenga as he takes ball 1.
Rose working out of the stretch with second and third. Pitch, bouncer and ball to third. Field on the backhand by Marcotte. Going across the diamond. Short throw. Weiss picks it. A nice play by Thomas Marcotte, and an even better play on the other end by Adam Weiss for the third out of the inning. So Aiden Rose comes back second and third. Nobody out. Gets 2 strikeouts and a ground out to get out of a jam here in the bottom of the second. We head to the top of the third. Still nothing. The Americans come to bat.
Sammy's Pizzeria has been family-owned and operated for 3 generations since 1962 and are the originators of the one-half tray of pizza. The Americans would like to thank Sammy's for sponsoring the team this season. Pick up all your favorites right across the street from Sal Magley Stadium at Sammy's Pizzeria. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the support of Greater Together Credit Union. Greater Together Credit Union provides personalized banking, loans, mortgages, and savings accounts for anyone living, working, or attending school in Erie or Niagara counties. For more information, current rates, or to apply for membership, visit greatertogethercu.com. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank McDonald's for being a sponsor of the team this year. With an extensive menu of well-known favorites, McDonald's is famous for its convenience. Especially during a long baseball season, McDonald's is the perfect place to grab a quick bite to eat and get right back to the ballpark. So head to your nearest McDonald's and enjoy all the classics. Sammy's Pizzeria has been family-owned and operated for 3 generations since 1962 and are the originators of the one-half tray of pizza. The Americans would like to thank Sammy's for sponsoring the team this season. Pick up all your favorites right across the street from Sal Magley Stadium at Sammy's Pizzeria.
Tom Rook alongside Ethan Duncan here for a PG CBL West Division matchup, the Americans and the Doubledays. We still have no score here in the top of the third. Ryotaro Munakata lead things off, and that'll flip the lineup over after Munakata. First pitch from Joe Williams, fouled off. Munakata right on it. Now 0-1.
We talked about it, Tom. Americans 2 for 2 with the leadoff. So just getting runners on has been their specialty. It's just moving them over. It's been their issue.
Williams deals the 0-1. Hit foul once again, so now 0-2. Munakata just a 195 average this summer, but 9 RBIs. Riding a 2-game hitting streak. 4 hits in his last 9 at-bats. Pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Munakata misses on the slider. First strikeout of the inning and first out of the inning for Williams.
We've talked about Munakata's struggle with the strikeout. That's really been his main issue. 17 on the team, now 18, tied for third now. It's a big first out as it brings up Harris, who had that triple to start this game.
So here's David Harris, batting from the left side. Flip the lineup over here in the top of the third already. Pitch, fouled off down the third baseline. Harris a little behind that one. Harris riding a 15-game hitting streak, also a 20-game on-base streak, so now that's increased to 16 and 21. Harris batting from the left side against the righty Williams. Pitch, popped fouled on the third baseline, now 0-2, so 5 pitches thrown from Williams in the inning, all strikes. Harris, number 2 in the PGCBL in batting average, entering today behind the Pioneers' Caleb Delaney, who's having himself a heck of a season. Williams getting the sign from Bentavenga, now kicks and deals. Harris pops that one down the third base line, and that'll fall for a base hit. Smith lets it fall in front of him. Harris rounds first. He's headed for second and make it. A one-out stand-up double for David Harris, who now 2 hits on the ball game and 2 extra base hits.
Smith played that ball terribly, right to his left. Sort of let it fall over to the fence, allows Harris to get in safely. You thought it would just be an easy single, and now an extra base hit, runner in scoring position again.
Yeah, kind of an end of the bat dink and dunk for Dave Harris, but a double's a double. That falls right in there, so another runner in scoring position for the Americans. We'll see if they can capitalize here. Gladfelter at the plate, bounced into a fielder's choice his last time up. Harris off second, pitch. Gladfelter takes it inside, strike number 1 with a fastball.
Once again, that low spot. Gladfelter's certainly going to have to be aware of that. Also, he's been giving these left-handed hitters that outside corner as well, so going to have to go low and away, foul off these would-be strikes.
Gladfelter 20 hits on the year. Pitch. Hits on the first baseline and fair. Gets through. Harris will round third. He'll score easily. Gladfelter headed for second. The throw goes in there. He slides in safely. It's an RBI double for Justin Gladfelter. The Americans draw first blood. They lead 1-0.
Americans double machines here. 2 straight doubles just past the glove of bats down that first base line. Wasn't stopped, even though played well by Ambrosio, able to get in safely at second, head first slide. Now Zangardi had a first runner at first, had Gladfelter at first last time, now has him at second, looking for another RBI.
Zangardi at the plate now. Pitch. Down, missing 1-0. So Gladfelter in his first at-bat bounced into a tough fielder's choice, a ground ball to third that Chase Moore was able to throw out David Harris. Nobody's throwing out David Harris on a hit like that. A hard hit down the right field line gets by bats at first, and Harris scores easily. Could have walked home from third. A snap throw to second. Bentavenga, a hose. First time we've seen that all year. A back pick from behind the plate, but Gladfelter back in time.
Gladfelter was way off second first pitch. Bentavenga certainly has a cannon as he dropped the ball. It's a huge play. Thought it could have got him out. Gladfelter's going to be careful here. No need to try and steal third.
Pitch to Zangardi's down and in. A ball. So Gladfelter, fielder's choice in the first inning, but then stole second and was stranded at second in that first inning. Zangardi at the plate, going to be a freshman at Niagara University in the fall. Bats from the left side, playing right field today for the red, white, and blue. Zangardi second on the team in RBIs behind Ganchow. Pitch. Line down the third baseline. Foul. Zangardi smoked it, but well behind it. So now count is even at 2.
Certainly agreed, Tom, that Zangardi probably was one of the highest exit velos on this team. You know, he's going to put the ball hard. We saw it right to Moore at third base, trying to get into a gap and score Gladfelter to make it a 2-0 ball game.
Williams out of the stretch. Checks on Gladfelter at second a couple times. Now delivers. Lined up towards the middle, caught by Madrid. And there's the second out of the inning. Zancardi laced that one right at Madrid. Speaking of exit velo, that had extra bases written all over it, but right at Madrid for out number 2.
Zancardi, whenever he hits it, just feels like it's right in the way of an infielder. Nice snag from Madrid, not just right on that outfield grass. No chance to try and double up Gladfelter. Once it brings up Stickler, who struck out his last time up.
So now it'll take a base hit to score Gladfelter with 2 outs in the inning. Pitch, swing and a miss, foul tip actually. For strike 1. Stickler riding a 7-game hitting streak. 7 hits in his last 4 games, as well as 13 RBIs in those games as well. Gladfelter at second, a good lead. Can score on any sort of base hit, all the speed in the world out there at second. The 0-1 to Stickler, swing and a miss, strike 2. Stickler, free swinging today, went down on 3 pitches in his first at-bat. Now behind 0-2.
They're trying to avoid doing it again and end this inning with Gladfelter looming at second.
Williams out of the stretch. Checks on Gladfelter and delivers. Outside, just misses with the slider. Just off the plate for ball 1.
We've seen that call go the pitcher's way. That high outside pitch might have been a bit high. That was the issue. It looked like it clipped the zone. That 1-2, big spot for Stickler.
So Stickler batting from the right side. Gladfelter off second. Williams out of the stretch. Delivers. Popped up towards left center. Smith coming on. Madrid going out, but Smith calls him off and makes the play barely for out number 3. But in the inning, the Americans get on the board first, score 1 run on 2 hits, 2 doubles. No errors in the inning, and they leave 1 runner left on base. Americans lead 1-0. 2 doubles off the bat of David Harris and Justin Gladfelter. 2 consecutive doubles as well. Definitely a good sign for the red, white, and blue.
Great sign for the Americans, just continuing to hit the ball. That was their issue last time. 2 hits are in this game. It should be 3 hits. Scoreboard was wrong. A triple and 2 doubles. All extra base hits so far in this game. Certainly a good sign to see if this team has really struggled with the extra base hits. But how this park is configured, those high walls certainly have helped the Americans out.
Americans coming off a 7-2 loss at Niagara against the Ironbacks. In that game, 7 hits, all singles. Also in that game, a start from Nate Kroll on the mound. He went 5 innings, only allowed 2 runs and had 7 strikeouts. But a tough relief outing from Owen McCandless. He allowed 4 earned, 5 total runs in just 2 innings of work. That was kind of the story of the ball game. Americans unable to come back after that tough relief outing from McCandless.
It's really been an issue for the Americans. It feels like the starter's doing good, the reliever will struggle. If the starter's doing bad, the reliever will do well. It just feels like Americans just having a cohesive pitching performance, just going strong through all 9 innings. Something really the Americans really struggle with. They'll just have a crooked inning on that scoreboard, and they won't really be able to recover from it.
Now we'll take a look at the Americans' defensive alignment this evening here against the Doubledays.
Matt Ganshow back where he usually resides in left field. David Harris doing the same in center. Riot Dominic Zancardi in right field. Thomas Marcotte at third. Anthony Savino at short. Gladfelter at second. Rose on the dish. Sabella catching, and Weiss at first.
Pitch to Ambrosio is driven out to left center. High flyer. Harris coming on. He calls off Ganshow for out number 1. Another first pitch swinging for Auburn, and there's out number 1. Moreau's filling up the zone so far today.
Certainly, indeed. He's certainly found the strike zone. And his big strength so far this team, for this Americans team, we've certainly seen a lot of wild pitches, a lot of hit by pitches, a lot of balls, but Moreau's, when he's able to find the strike zone, it's pretty lethal.
So Moreau's working out of the windup now against the leadoff hitter in Jaden Madrid. The lineup flips back over, bouncing foul, strike number 1. Madrid going to be a senior this upcoming season. Pitch, line to left. That'll fall for a base hit. So Jaden Madrid, one out single for the Doubledays. He reaches here in the bottom of the third.
No chance for Marcotte to make that play. He saw the sort of jump in the air, but big spot for Moore.
Pitch from Rose misses up and in for ball number 1 to Chase Moore, who popped out to shallow right his last time at the plate. Jaden Madrid off first, actually played for the Red Wings last summer. And that'll bring up Chase Moore, who's ahead 1-0. Pitch, outside corner, called a strike. Evens up the count at 1.
Not that surprising, Tom. Geneva, Auburn, right down the road, owned by the same team. It's like going from Batavia to Niagara Falls.
Pitch, low and away, misses. Now 2-1. So Chase Moore at the plate attends Alcorn State University in Lorman, Mississippi, a Division I school. The Doubledays starter, Joseph Smith, got his first career collegiate strikeout against Alcorn State. Chase Moore at the plate. Pitch, upstairs, misses. Now 3-1.
Rose trying to avoid having first and second. So again, as he did last inning, able to get out of it when they moved over second, third. For the error on the throw.
Rose working out of the stretch, delivers, swing and a miss, strike 2. A good changeup right there from Rose, gets Moore way out ahead. Loads the count full. You wonder if you see Madrid take off here. A really good count to run on, more than likely this one going to be an off-speed pitch. Count full. There he goes. Pitch, popped foul. So it'll stay 3-2.
He's talking about Rose, really not high velocity fastball, maybe tops at 87. Really his bread and butter is really that bring. Oh, we saw that changeup that was filthy. We saw once again fouled off. Count stays 3-2.
Rose working out of the stretch. Madrid staying at first this time. There's a called strike 3. Rose, a nice spot on the inner half, sends Moore back to the dugout for the first out of the inning. Second out of the inning, excuse me.
Those left-handed hitters really have to struggle on that inside pitch we saw right there. That one looked a little high, which historically somebody has not been given, but that's a huge second strikeout.
That'll bring up Teddy Monahan, the 3-hitting center fielder for the Doubledays. Doubled his first time up down the right field line. There goes Madrid. Pitches a ball. Throw down from Sabella. A good one. Tag applied, not in time. Madrid swipes second, but a on-the-money throw from Mike Sabella, just not in time.
This throw from a catcher we've seen all year, Tom. Just a tough pitch to run on. Sabella just couldn't hold on to it on the throw. And because of that, Madrid able to get in safely. Huge play. He thought on that throw, Sabella was going to get him out. Now runner in scoring position here.
Not at all an easy pitch to throw out a runner on as Morose deals. That one skied out to left. Ganchow takes a couple steps back, now going to head in. Ball coming in. Ganchow makes the play to end the inning. In the inning, the Doubledays score no runs on 1 hit. No errors in the inning, and they leave 1 runner on base. Talk a little bit more about that throw from Mike Sabella. An absolute hose to second base, but Madrid able to get in there. A good pitch to run on as well, with that one being way outside. So Sabella unable to throw him out, but Americans still lead 1-0. As we head to the top of the 4th, the red, white, and blue are coming to bat.
A special thank you to Tropical Heating and Cooling for sponsoring the Americans this season. Locally owned and operated, Tropical Heating and Cooling provides expert installation, repair, and maintenance for home heating, cooling, and air quality systems. Call 716-870-0753 or head to tropicalheating.net to submit a service request and knock your heating and cooling needs out of the park. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the ongoing support of Blaze Brockway Contracting. Family owned and operated for over 15 years, Blaze Brockway Contracting specializes in all aspects of remodeling and renovation. Call 607-259-7607 for all of your construction and home improvement needs. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Bully Hill Vineyards for their support all season long. On the south end of gorgeous Keuka Lake, you can taste over 40 wines and enjoy food at a family-friendly winery open 7 days a week. Visit bullyhillvineyards.com to learn more about what they have to offer. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the support of Greater Together Credit Union. Greater Together Credit Union provides personalized banking, loans, mortgages, and savings accounts for anyone living, working, or attending school in Erie or Niagara counties. For more information, current rates, or to apply for membership, visit greatertogethercu.com.
Back here at Falcon Park in Auburn, New York. First pitch to Ganshaw's a called strike. 0-1. A new pitcher on the mound for the Doubledays, Andrew Linhard, in his first appearance of the summer here for Auburn. Count is 0-1. Pitch to Ganshaw. Line down the third baseline. Fair. Will roll into the corner. Ganshaw rounds first. He's headed for second. It's another extra base hit for the Americans. Their fourth of the ball game and third double of the game, as Ganshaw leads off the top of the fourth with a double.
Looked like it was just going to pop foul. Home plate umpire immediately said fair. So another double for the Americans, Tom. An extra base hit party here. Another leadoff hit for this Americans team. Now 3 for 4. More importantly, you have a runner on second with nobody out.
So that'll bring up Thomas Marcotte. Joseph Williams taken out of the game.
Also confused myself, but stepping up to the box is Thomas Marcotte, who flew out to left field in the second.
So Marcotte at the plate, down in the count 1-0 here against Andrew Linhard. Pitch. Popped foul.
Popped up, fouled off. Well out of play. Count is now tied 1-1. Linhard just threw that pitch, clocking it at 84 miles per
Andrew
hour.
Lenhard from the University of Rochester. Going to be a senior there in the fall. Also from Rochester, New York.
Count is still 1-1.
Count is even at 1. Marcotte at the plate. Ganshaw off second. Pitch. Bounced up the middle. Stopped by Lenhard. And he makes the play at first. Marcotte robbed of a base hit and an RBI for the first out of the inning.
Another unlucky play for the Americans, just right at a fielder, right to the glove. Lenhart, talk about first appearance all year. Easy is out. Probably make right to his glove. Easy flip to bats. Huge first out. Now you're going to move over the runner.
So Lenhard, what a play to stop a base hit from Marcotte. Pitch to Savino, up and out now. Savino at the plate, struck out looking his first at-bat, unhappy with the call. But now ahead 1-0. Lenhard, a weekend starter as a sophomore for Rochester this past year, made 9 starts, 11 total appearances on the mound. Pitch to Savino outside with the curveball. Now 2-0. Lenhard career at Rochester, a 5.47 ERA, 5-4 record in 19 appearances, 51 innings, 36 strikeouts to 34 walks. The southpaw working out of the stretch, behind in the count 2-0. Pitch to Savino outside, misses, now 3-0.
His usage increased last year compared to 2025. His usage increased, so did his ERA, 4.24 ERA. Ballooned up a little bit to 6.09. You can see 17 innings pitched compared to 34. So obviously, when you do more, your ERA can go up a little bit. But certainly someone they use a lot.
Pitch misses upstairs. Ball 4. So Savino works a walk. That'll make it first and second. Now with 1 out in the inning, and brings up Adam Weiss, who walked his first time up in a good at-bat as well.
Weiss certainly wouldn't mind walking again. Have the bases loaded here. You mentioned a really good at-bat. Fouled off a couple of nice pitches. Big spot for Weiss, a 250 hitter looking to drive in some runs. Make this no longer a 1-0 game.
First and second, 1 out in the inning. Ganshaw dancing off second. There he goes for third. Not a great jump. Betevenga throws in plenty of time. Throws out Ganshaw by about 5 feet. And Betevenga catches Ganshaw sleeping for out number 2.
Not really sure what they were looking for there, Tom. Ganshaw out by a mile, just trying to steal third with 1 out. Guy in Weiss, you know, he can move this ball. Just a really interesting decision. Gladfelter, someone you see steal third, but not Ganshaw.
Pitch upstairs, misses to Weiss. So Savino moves into scoring position. He gets a stolen bag on the play, but Count is now 2-0. Weiss needs a base hit to drive in Savino. 2 outs in the inning. We're in the top of the 4th. Pitch from Lenhard misses upstairs. Now 3-0, so 7 straight by Andrew Lenhard. Mike Sabella looming on deck, who hit a ball hard his first time up. Weiss against the lefty Lenhard. He deals the 3-0 in there, called strike. Now 3-1.
3-1 count here. This is why the Americans, for base running errors, really fall to them. You got to walk immediately after getting it out. Instead, you got the bases loaded. Now 3-1 count to Weiss.
Lenhard deals to Weiss, popped up towards the right side, drifting over Ragland. He calls it and makes the play, lunging at the last second. So Will Ragland hauls it in to end the inning. In the inning, the Americans score no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and they leave 1 runner left on base. Again, the Americans leaving some runs on the table, getting guys in scoring position with the extra base hit, just unable to plate them so far today.
And these pop-outs have really been hurting this Doubledays team. We've seen Smith in left and then Ragland at second make unreal plays on normal pop-ups. It feels like at some point this ball's going to drop.
Yeah, the sun definitely fighting, these players definitely fighting the sun so far today. Again, a 5 o'clock start, so odd with the sunshine, the shadows, the sun setting and drifting in the sky. Can definitely play a factor here at Falcon Park. Special thank you to Greater Together Credit Union for sponsoring the Niagara Falls Americans. Greater Together Credit Union offers personalized banking services, loans, mortgages, and savings accounts to anyone who lives, works, or attends school in Erie or Niagara counties. For more information, current rates, or to apply for membership, visit greatertogethercu.com or stop by one of their 2 Western New York locations, 2901 Military Road in Niagara Falls or 160 Ward Road in North Tonawanda, where you'll find support for all your banking needs.
A huge thank you to Hyde Park Elementary for supporting the Niagara Falls Americans. Placing a strong emphasis on community involvement and family engagement, the school is dedicated to creating an inclusive and safe learning environment. Hyde Park Elementary's commitment to education is helping to build the future of Western New York, and the Americans thank them for their support.
So back here at Falcon Park in the bottom of the 4th, Americans lead 1-0 over the Doubledays. Justin Batts to lead things off for Auburn. Aiden Moreau's back out there on the mound. We were talking about all-star selection, mid-season all-stars. Surprised not to see Aiden Moreau's name on that list. Just over a 4 ERA here in 40 innings. That one chopped right in front of home. Sabella fields and throws down, but the umpires call it foul. Kind of a last-minute, last-second even call.
I was going to say the exact same thing. Bats halfway to first by the time that ball was ruled foul. Would have been out by a mile, but instead, just a long play that ends with a strike.
Here's the 0-1 to Bats. Lined into right center, drifting over is Harris, and he makes the catch. So Bats gave it a ride, hit it well, but Harris able to track it down for out number 1.
Easy play there for Harris. Had to move a little bit, but a huge first out.
That'll bring up Braden Michelson, the extra hitter this evening for the Doubledays. Michelson, a .348 hitter this summer, but gets on base at a .516 clip. 11 RBIs. Pitch misses, ball number 1. Count is now 1-0. Moreau's working out of the windup, deals. That one skied out to center once again. Harris ranging over into right center, calls off Zangardi for out number 2. See Harris kind of put up his hand there to Zangardi like, I got it, but probably a good 30 feet away from Zangardi. So I'd like to see David Harris be a little extra careful there.
Yeah, Zangardi needed a motor to track that ball down. Once again, 2 huge first outs. That brings up Ragland, who made that nice play earlier, Tom, on that play we thought was going to drop it. Got the score from second.
So Ragland actually pitched on the mound the first time these 2 teams met as he takes that one up and away, ball number 1. And The outing is one that he's going to want to forget. Pitched just 1 inning, gave up 2 hits and 1 run, but that run allowed the Americans to win the game 11-10. But this game all the way back on June 7th, over a month ago, feels like 3 months ago. Upstairs misses. Now 3-0. Rose against Ragland.
You mentioned, Tom, an outing where he gets the loss. You think back to his other game where he got a save. Certainly a tale of 2 different outings for Ragland.
Here's the 3-0. In there, called strike. Now 3-1. Ragland attends Lincoln Memorial University, a very good Division II school in Harrogate, Tennessee. Going to be a sophomore there in the fall. Takes that one inside. Ball 4. So good speed on the bases now for the Doubledays in William Ragland with 2 outs.
Yeah, and that's close here to Auburn, actually. It's got to be, what, 20?
So Ragland now on first with 2 outs in the inning. Ragland on the year, 6 stolen bases, been caught stealing once. Played in 21 games. This is number 22. That'll bring up Brendan Smith. Pitch from Rose. Bouncing ball up the middle. Savino stops, dives, gets to his feet, throws. Not in time. Brendan Smith slides feet first into first base and beats it out for an infield single.
2 great plays from Savino. Opted to go first. There's no chance to get Ragland at second. You think a slower maybe will flip it over to Gladfelter, but another nice play to prevent Ragland from getting into third. But once again, first and second now as you bring up Smith.
Yeah, Ragland good speed at first, so was able to get to second before Savino had the chance, I think. But Savino, a heck of a play to even try to go to 1. There's foul ball. Strike number 1 to Dustin Wortham. But sliding feet first into first base. I'm not sure I've ever seen that. With Brendan Smith fighting for every inch to get that infield single. Count 0-1 here against Wortham. Rose out of the stretch, deals. Bouncing ball to third. Marcotte fields. He's going to go the short way and step on third for out number 3. So back-to-back innings where Thomas Marcotte makes the third out of the inning. Actually, that happened in the second inning. But 2 innings now in the game for Thomas Marcotte. Makes the third out of the inning at third. Steps on third for the final out of the inning. We've played 4 complete. The Americans lead 1-0 in that inning. The Doubledays scored no runs on 1 hit. No errors in the inning. And 2 runners left on base. The Americans come to bat here in the top of the 5th at Falcon Park. You're watching PGCBL baseball right here on the American Sports Network.
The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank TLC Pet Food for their continued support. Specializing in nutrient-dense recipes, TLC Pet Food offers dog and cat food with fresh ingredients and added probiotics. Find the whole life dog and cat formulas for your furry friend at tlcpetfood.com. A special thank you to Tropical Heating and Cooling for sponsoring the Americans this season. Locally owned and operated, Tropical Heating and Cooling provides expert installation, repair, and maintenance for home heating, cooling, and air quality systems. Call 716-870-0753 or head to tropicalheating.net to submit a service request and knock your heating and cooling needs out of the park. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank McDonald's for being a sponsor of the team this year. With an extensive menu of well-known favorites, McDonald's is famous for its convenience. Especially during a long baseball season, McDonald's is the perfect place to grab a quick bite to eat and get right back to the ballpark. So head to your nearest McDonald's and enjoy all the classics. Sammy's Pizzeria has been family-owned and operated for 3 generations since 1962 and are the originators of the 1/2 tray of pizza. The Americans would like to thank Sammy's for sponsoring the team this season. Pick up all your favorites right across the street from Sal Magley Stadium at Sammy's Pizzeria.
Back here in the top of the 5th, Sabella at the plate batting from the right side. Pitch outside, misses from Lenhard. 1-0. Sabella, a switch hitter batting from the right side. Actually hit his first at-bat from the left side. Will now turn around here against the lefty Lenhard, who's back out there for his second inning of work. Pitch to Sabella. Line through the left side, a base hit. Sabella, a leadoff single. Once again, the Americans' bats are alive today. Another leadoff hit for the red, white, and blue. They've now had the leadoff runner reach in 3 of 4 or 5 innings now.
Spell only his 3rd hit on the year, but you wouldn't tell just how he laced that one between the third baseman and shortstop. Once again, Tom, leadoff runners on for the Americans. Usually good things follow. They still have struggled with runners on, 1 for 11.
Pitch. Inside, misses to Ryotaro Munakata. Munakata struck out swinging his first at-bat.
In the third was not competitive whatsoever. 3 pitches, all strikes.
Sabella off first, not much of a threat to run. Lenhard deals. Popped up towards the right side. A long run for Ragland. He'll get there. Makes it look easy for out number 1.
It was made more difficult for Ragland because bats couldn't get to it. He kind of ran into
But I'll flip the lineup over. Here's David Harris. Harris a triple and a double on the day. So a homer and a single shy of the cycle. Dave Harris, one of the best hitters in the PGCBL this summer, chasing down Caleb Delaney for that batting title. Pitch. Upstairs, misses with the curveball, does Lenhard. 1-0. Wonder how deep the Doubledays expect Lenhard to go here coming into the game in the 3rd. Taking Williams out awful early, but as we get later into the summer, getting closer to that collegiate season, Harris chops that one back towards Lenhard. He fields, going to second, and throws wild. Gets into center field off the glove of Madrid. So it's an E1, and Sabella gets to second. Harris will reach first.
First error for the Doubledays. Tough play. You thought it was going to, actually maybe a double play ball if he throws that ball quicker. Took a second just off the edge of the glove. Gets into center. No chance for Sabella to move up. But once again, first and second, nobody out, Tom. Really hitting off Lenhard.
Took a really good throw there. I mean, you look at the way Lenhard fielded that. He had to turn all the way around, make a long throw at a tough angle. Might have been better off just going to first. First and second. Pitch outside corner. Called a strike. 0-1. A big spot here for the Americans. First and second, nobody out. They only lead 1-0. Insurance runs would be good here to tack on. Harris off first, Sabella off second. Lenhard checks on Sabella, delivers to Gladfelter. Outside, missing. Now 1-1. Gladfelter at the plate, been hot as ever here for the red, white, and blue. Played second base, shortstop, center field this summer for the Americans, even right field as well. Here's the first, second pitch is outside. Now 2-1.
We talked about it, Tom. We were wondering how far Lenhard would go. 11 appearances on the year, 9 of them starting. Really averaged around about 4 innings a start. So curious to see what they use in relief here.
That's at the University of Rochester. First start of the year, first appearance of the year for the Doubledays. First and second. Pitch to Gladfelter. Driven foul, even up the count at 2.
Just behind on that pitch, looking to trap in some runs. Feels like the Americans always have first and second on, which is something they really haven't had. But 1 for 11 with runners on. Gladfelter trying to break that.
Gladfelter hitting 5 of his last 6 games. Harris off first, Sabella off second. Pitch from Lenhard, taken inside, ball 3. So now an even bigger pitch coming here. Probably the biggest pitch of the game, other than that second and third, second inning for the Doubledays.
Lenhard's been a bit wild today. He's thrown pretty outside. Huge pitch here. Can't load the bases.
The southpaw deals to Gladfelter. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gets him on a high heater, and there's out number 1.
Huge second out. Just goes to that high fastball that Gladfelter couldn't lay off of. As it brings up Zangardi. Certainly would have preferred to have bases loaded. Zangardi feels he's always hitting it right to a fielder, but you know he's certainly putting some pop on it.
So Zangardi, a lefty-lefty matchup here against Lenhard. First and second, Lenhard deals. Zangardi gives that one a ride. Deep to left, deep to right, away back, and it's gone. A no-doubter for Dominic Zangardi, a 3-run shot. Makes it a 4-0 lead for the red, white, and blue. Zangardi's 3rd bomb of the year. And the Americans ahead 4-0.
Zangardi absolutely killed that ball. It had a family, too, over that high right field fence, probably about 25 feet tall. Zangardi, an exclamation point in that inning as the Americans up 4-0. We've talked about how he can put a lot on that ball. It can certainly send it far as well. That one might have went to that playground there in the distance. Americans up 4-0.
How about Zangardi killing that baseball? That'll bring up Logan Stickler. Pitch. Chop towards the right side. Ragland fields in shallow right field. Makes a nice play to retire Stickler. But in the inning, the Americans score 4 runs off the bat of Dominic Zangardi. One swing makes this one a 4-0 ball game. 3 runs in the inning, excuse me. But Zangardi makes it a 4-0 game. Americans ahead of the Doubledays. We head to the bottom of the 5th here on the American Sports Network.
Sammy's Pizzeria has been family owned and operated for 3 generations since 1962 and are the originators of the 1/2 tray of pizza. The Americans would like to thank Sammy's for sponsoring the team this season. Pick up all your favorites right across the street from Sal Magley Stadium at Sammy's Pizzeria. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Coca-Cola for their support this season. Known for its refreshing bubbles and iconic flavor, Coca-Cola is the world's best-selling carbonated soft drink. Snag a Coke right here at the Sal Magley Stadium concession stand and make your game day even sweeter. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank McDonald's for being a sponsor of the team this year. With an extensive menu of well-known favorites, McDonald's is famous for its convenience. Especially during a long baseball season, McDonald's is the perfect place to grab a quick bite to eat and get right back to the ballpark. So head to your nearest McDonald's and enjoy all the classics.
Back here at Falcon Park, we've got a 4-0 ball game. Americans over the Doubledays. Aiden Moreau's back out there for his 5th inning of work on the mound, working out of the windup. Now against Bentavanga, who takes ball 1 on the outside corner. Bentavanga today 0 for 1. A 5-3 put out in the second. Pitch from Rose outside, now 2-0. Rose doing a good job out there on the mound, as always, keeping these Doubledays hitters off balance. Here's the pitch. Line down the left field line. That'll fall for a base hit and roll to the corner. Bentavanga rounds first. He's headed for second. Ball takes a weird hop off the wall. Ganchow now fields, gets it in, fires a missile to third, cut off by Gladfelter. But it's a stand-up leadoff double for Jake Bentavanga. First extra base hit of the ball game for the Doubledays.
Certainly when you're down 4-0, a leadoff double will help you out. Picks a bounce off the side of that fencing. But a laser from Ganchow able to keep him at second. Really didn't look like he was trying to go to third at all. I'm not sure really knew where that ball bounced. But regardless, you got a double here, so it brings up Michael Ambrosio.
So Ambrosio at the plate with a runner at second in Bentavanga. Nobody out. Moreau's now working out of the stretch. Checks on Bentavanga, deals. And there's strike number 1. Curveball, good spot from Rose. Ambrosio attends Alfred State, an Auburn, New York native. Actually, twin brother Steven also plays here on the Doubledays. Not in the lineup today, though. Rose working out of the stretch, checks on Bentavanga at second, delivers the 0-1. Ambrosio squares around a butt, but in the dirt. A good block from Sabella. Evens up the count at 1.
But certainly caught Sabella off guard as he had to move up to play it. Still 2-0 count here. Wonder if we'll see that bunt once again, or just for show.
Here's the pitch from Rose. In there, called strike. A good spot on the inner half from Aiden Rose. Makes it a 1-2 count.
Yeah, I mean, in the second and the fourth, at one point, he had 2 runners on, and he was able to escape a jam. So he does a great job. When he gets down the count or gets down with runners
2-strike pitch from Rose. Chop to third. Marcotte fields on the backhand. Spins, throws in the turf, and Weiss will have to come off first. Wonder how that one will be ruled, but could be an infield hit with the way Ambrosio was moving down the line. Might have beat it out had it been a good throw either way.
Marcotte looked at third. I think he was wondering if there's a runner at first, maybe for a potential force out. It's a tough throw. And now you got first and second on, still no one out. Auburn trying to cut into this lead any way they can. Jaden Madrid.
Yeah, Marcotte checking on Bentonvega at second. Made the throw across the diamond. Called an error on the play. So now first and second with nobody out. Jaden Madrid at the plate, the leadoff hitter for the Doubledays. Adam Weiss way in at first, expecting a bunt here for Madrid. There it is, pulls back, ball number 2. Rose upset with himself, missing the zone by a good margin. Weiss still way in at first. Doubledays down 4-0, so a sacrifice bunt moves up the runners. Not really sure how much that does, still down 4 runs. Madrid squaring around now, pulls back, takes it high, now 3-0.
Obviously, it would be a huge out, but with 0 outs, trying to move the runners over any way you can. I don't hate it as a move here from Jaden Madrid.
Pitch, low, misses, ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk for Aiden Rose against Jaden Madrid. That'll load the bases with nobody out. Tough spot here for Aiden Rose, now against the 2-hitter Chase Moore. Moore 0 for 2 today, struck out looking his last time up back in the 3rd. Bats from the left side, playing third base today for the Doubledays. Rose working out of the stretch, deals. Moore swings and misses, a healthy hack for strike number 1.
Americans got out of it second and third, no outs, even a bigger spot here. Just know you got that force out at home, whether it's Marcotte, Weiss, maybe even Rose trying to throw it back.
Pitch from Rose, misses low, now 1-1. Curveball down and in, just couldn't get the inner half.
It's really a spot they've been given, that down spot or that inside of these left-handed hitters.
Counts even at 1. Moreau's working out of the stretch. He deals to Moore, low. Good stop from Sabella. Saves a run.
Moore struck out looking his last time up. Trying to avoid doing the same. Hitters count here for Moore.
Count 2-1. Moreau's deals. Upstairs, misses. Now 3-1.
Really can't walk in a runner. We talked about Rose really doesn't struggle with throwing strikes, but a little bit of the case here in this bottom of the 5th.
Nowhere to put Moore. Bases are loaded. Count is 3-1. Moreau's deals. In there, called strike. Loads the count full. A big pitch here coming against Chase Moore from Aiden Moreau's with the dangerous Teddy Monahan looming on deck. He's 1 for 2 today with a double. Moore batting from the left side. Moreau's out of the stretch, deals. Swing and miss, strike 3. Aiden Moreau's a huge strikeout. All smiles right now. Gets the first out of the inning on a strikeout with a high fastball.
You've seen that both times where Moore, along with Gladfelter in his first and second, struggling to just hold off on that high fastball on a full count pitch. Now, big spot here for Monahan, looking for a double play ball here if you're Moreau's.
Bases are still loaded. Pitch from Moreau's. In there, called strike with the off-speed pitch. Lands it in 0-1 here against Monahan. Moreau's trying to force the Noble Tiger. Bases loaded, nobody out. Bases loaded. Force out at every bag. Moreau's out of the stretch. Deals. Inside. Misses. 1-1. Missed with the fastball.
Another good pick by Sabella.
Count even at 1. Pitch from Moreau's. Curveball misses up and in. Now 2-1.
Another 2-1 count here. Went high. 3-1 now. Big pitch here.
Moreau's able to work back from a 3-1. Count is 2-1. Out of the stretch, deals. Upstairs, misses. Now 3-1. So Moreau's will have to do the same thing that he just did against Chase Moore. Doesn't necessarily need the strikeout, but can have to work back down 3-1. Monahan at the plate, though, this time. Moreau's deals the 3-1. Fastball swing and miss, strike 2. So that'll load the count full once again. Moreau's working all the way back down 3-1, makes it full.
Beautiful pitch, a curveball inside the inner hands to Monahan. Humongous pitch here, this count full.
Moreau's out of the stretch, deals the 3-2, chop foul. Monahan staying alive, keeps it full.
It's just that outside pitch. Monahan just able to get just enough on it. Count again. Pitch number 81 here from Rose.
Rose out of the stretch. Bases are loaded. Count is full. Pitch to Monahan. Popped foul out of play. Keeps the count full. Monahan this past year at Niagara University played 34 games, a .267 batting average, 32 hits, 5 doubles, 3 triples, 19 RBIs. Looking for some more here for the Doubledays. Rose out of the stretch, steals the full count pitch, line to the right side, and through for a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes the second run. Zangardi's throw into third, not in time. It's a single for Teddy Monahan. 2-run score. Monahan gets to second. Madrid gets to third on the play. And the Doubledays make it a 4-2 game here in the bottom of the 5th.
Monahan gets just enough of it past the glove of Gladfelter, able to advance to second on the throw. His lead now cut in half as it brings up Justin Batts.
So Monahan been a clutch hitter for the Doubledays this year. Comes through once again. Pitch from Rose. This time to Justin Batts. Misses down. Ball number 1 in the dirt. Good stop from Sabella. Americans bring the infield in with second and third here with 1 out in the inning. Batts at the plate, who had a long line out his last time up to right center. Rose out of the stretch. Deals. That one line to right center. That'll fall for a base hit. It gets by Harris into the gap. 1 run is in. Here comes Monahan. He'll score easily. Batts cruises into second. It's a game-tying double. 4-4 here at Falcon Park. Justin Batts drives in 2.
Rose finally can't get out of it. Bases loaded. Double. And then another double. 2 straight doubles here. Ties this ball game up. Still only 1 out.
So Moreau's now in some trouble, giving up 4 runs in the inning. Doubledays have lost their last 4 games, looking to break out of a slump here at home. First pitch from Rose to Braden Michelson is called a strike on the outside corner. 0-1.
Michelson 0 for 1 with a fly out to center.
Pitch to Michelson in there, called strike, now 0-2. So Moreau's pounding the zone here after allowing 4 runs. Bats off second, not much of a threat to run. Pitch from Rose, fastball in the dirt, misses. Now 1-2. Doubledays have poured on 4 runs here on 3 hits, 2 of them doubles. Bentavanga, leadoff double down the left field line, started the whole rally. Michelson at the plate behind 1-2. Pitch from Rose. Fastball misses way upstairs. Now 2-2.
Rose 2 quick strikes on the outer half. Struggling to find that same spot again. The count works to 2-2.
Some action in the Americans bullpen. Jackson Lerner getting loose for the red, white, and blue. Pitch from Rose. Outside corner misses low. Now 3-2. Good hold from Michelson after a good spot from Rose. Rose working out of the stretch. Checks on Batts. Delivers the full count pitch. Swinging a foul tip. That's back-to-back at-bats now that the Doubledays have been able to work it full and able to fight off some close pitches. You see Monahan earlier in the inning work it to full and hit a couple foul balls to make Moreau's work, then eventually lays a base hit that scored 2 runs. Count full, 3-2. Pitch from Rose misses upstairs. You wonder if that's the last batter. It looks like it is, as Dan Brick going to walk to the mound. Aiden Rose issues a walk to Braden Michelson, his second walk of the game for Michelson at least. And there's Dan Brick walking out. Looks like he's going to take the ball from his starter and call on the bullpen. Possibly. Might be a conversation. See what Dan Brick does. But talking things over with Rose, who's trying to work through the 5th inning here at Falcon Park. So not taking the ball. Looks like he's going to keep him out there. Americans would love to partner with your business. The Americans have lots of options to make your presence known in your community. Please visit the website at www.niagarafallsamericans.com to get involved today. So Moreau's going to stay out there here in the bottom of the 5th. He's allowed 4 runs, first and second for the Doubledays.
juice left in that arm.
And here comes William Ragland, who has reached twice today, 2 walks. Ragland looking to drive in the go-ahead run at second base and Justin Batts.
91 pitches for Moreau. Seems like a pitch count he'd be at midway through the 8th, but they've really hit him around so far in this game. Huge ball for Ragland.
Out of the stretch, misses upstairs, 1-0. So Moreau's been a little bit more wild than we have seen him kind of all year here tonight. Behind the count, 1-0. Pitch, curveball in there, called strike. Evens up the count at 1. Moreau's today 4 walks here in 4 1/3. Pitch, curveball just misses inside. Now 2-1. Moreau's again still upset with the home plate umpire, but gets right back on the mound, ready to deliver the next pitch here against Ragland. Moreau's checks on Batts at second, delivers. Curveball outside corner, called a strike. Now 2-2.
Strike zone's been all over the place. Strikeout needed here from Moreau's.
Brendan Smith looming on deck. Count is even at 2. Moreau's on the mound working out of the stretch. Ragland steps out, now steps back in. Moreau's gets the sign he likes from Sabella. Delivers out of the stretch. A curveball lined into right center. That'll fall for a base hit. Batts is headed for third, not stopping there. He'll round third and score easily. Ragland headed into second, and he'll make it sliding. So it's an RBI double for William Ragland. Makes this game 5-4. The Doubledays take the lead. And now Dan Brick will come out and definitely take the ball from his starter, Aiden Moreau's. And call on Jackson Lerner. 5-4, the Doubledays lead here in the bottom of the 5th. They've come back down 4, scored 5 in the inning. And that's it for Aiden Moreau's.
3 straight hits with 2 strikes. It's really been a struggle for Moreau. Certainly been annoyed with the home plate umpire. Missing some strikes. You'd also argue some of the balls he's thrown also called strikes. So up and down day for Moreau's. Looking how he usually plays for this Americans team. He's feel like he's pitched more throughout the season. Has begun 4 innings the first time, then 4 2/3 against the Ironbacks, and 7, 7, 8, and 10. But he's only going to get 4 1/3 here. Certainly not an outing he's going to be happy with. Just going through this middle of the lineup against this Doubledays team. He's really struggled. The leadoff double at walk, and he got that one huge out in the strikeout, but just couldn't do it again. Doubledays followed off a lot of great pitches, and that's the reason why the score is what it is. So bringing in Jackson Lerner, who pitched a solid inning, 1 inning, 2 strikeouts, looked great. Was in a big spot here with runners at second and third.
So Dan Brick going to turn things over to Lerner. Team high 14 appearances on the year now for Lerner as he's coming in here in the bottom of the 5th. The Doubledays lead 5-4.
Sammy's Pizzeria has been family owned and operated for 3 generations since 1962 and are the originators of the 1/2 tray of pizza. The Americans would like to thank Sammy's for sponsoring the team this season. Pick up all your favorites right across the street from Sal Magley Stadium at Sammy's Pizzeria. The Niagara Falls Americans thank Casella Waste Systems for their continued support. Casella offers sustainable waste management and garbage pickup right here in Niagara Falls. As an environmental service provider, Casella manages and transforms society's waste into new resources. Call 716-637-4843 to get a price quote on garbage pickup. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Coca-Cola for their support this season. Known for its refreshing bubbles and iconic flavor, Coca-Cola is the world's best-selling carbonated soft drink. Snag a Coke right here at the Sal Magley Stadium concession stand and make your game day even sweeter.
So here's Jackson Lerner now on for the Americans out of the bullpen. Team high 14th appearance of the year. A tough spot here for Lerner. Americans bring the infield in. They trail the Doubledays 5-4 here in the bottom of the 5th at Falcon Park. First 4 innings flew by. Now this 5th inning, 8 runs in the inning. Doubledays have poured on 5 of their own. Second and third for Auburn. First pitch from Lerner. A sweeper in there called strike. Check swing from Smith. He went around.
Just really wanted a ground ball with those bases loaded, and all those also is lined in the center right. That's really the main issue for this Americans team.
Lerner out of the stretch, deals way outside. Now 1-1 with the sweeper. Lerner on the year, 2-0. 25 and a third innings, a 10.3 ERA, but 18 strikeouts. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. A good spot from Lerner with the fastball. Blows it right by Smith. Brendan Smith from Peabody, Massachusetts. Attends Eastern Connecticut State, a Division III school. Lerner takes his time. Now he's got to step off. He's ahead in the count 1-2 here against Brendan Smith. Smith at the plate with second and third for the Doubledays. 1 out in the inning. Lerner deals. Sweeper, swing and a miss, strike three. A big one for Jackson Lerner for the second out of the inning. Gets him with the sweeper. Now Brendan Smith communicating to the next Doubledays hitter, who is a pinch hitter. Zach Spurger going to come on. So Dustin Wortham now taken out of the game. Zach Spurger, a pinch hitting appearance here for the Doubledays.
Spurger, a .259 hitter. 7 hits, 1 double, 3 RBIs. Certainly increased that here with a single.
Lerner deals outside with the sweeper, misses 1-0. Yeah, you could see Brendan Smith communicating with Spurger, who came into the game now for his first at-bat, about that heavy sweeper from Lerner. That really is a pitch that moves a ton left to right. Pitch outside. Sabella saves a run. Fastball, Lerner misses way outside.
Hit by pitch is really the main issue with Lerner. 22, but 4 wild pitches as well. Sabella certainly has worked out for him for this Americans team. No wild pitches so far because of him.
Lerner working out of the stretch. The 2-0 pitch. Skied out to left. Savino ranging back. And he makes the play. So Jackson Lerner comes on and puts the fire out. Second and third, 1 out. Able to get out of a jam here for the Americans. Keep this game 5-4. The red, white, and blue are coming to bat here in the top of the 6th.
The Niagara Falls Americans thank Casella Waste Systems for their continued support. Casella offers sustainable waste management and garbage pickup right here in Niagara Falls. As an environmental service provider, Casella manages and transforms society's waste into new resources. Call 716-637-4843 to get a price quote on garbage pickup. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Bully Hill Vineyards for their support all season long. On the south end of gorgeous Keuka Lake, you can taste over 40 wines and enjoy food at a family-friendly winery open 7 days a week. Visit bullyhillvineyards.com to learn more about what they have to offer. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank McDonald's for being a sponsor of the team this year. With an extensive menu of well-known favorites, McDonald's is famous for its convenience. Especially during a long baseball season, McDonald's is the perfect place to grab a quick bite to eat and get right back to the ballpark. So head to your nearest McDonald's and enjoy all the classics.
So back here in the top of the 6th, the Doubledays now lead 5-4 over the Americans. Matt Ganschow to lead things off here against Andrew Lenhard of the Doubledays.
Americans got 3 runs off of Lenhart. Certainly looked pretty shaky. Americans looking to do more of the same here.
Ganschow today 1 for 1 with a double and a walk, but was caught stealing third. Lenhardt's first pitch of the inning, Ganschow fouls it off, 0-1. Couple of base running errors today for the Americans have really kind of hurt them throughout the day. Ganschow thrown out stealing third. David Harris thrown out at home back in the first inning on a ground ball to third base. Here's the 0-1 to Ganschow, taken in there, called strike 0-2. Ganschow didn't like the call down and away from Lenhard, a fastball. Makes it an 0-2 count. Tom Marcotte looming on deck. Count 0-2. Lenhard deals to Ganschow. Curveball in there. Called. Strike 3 outside corner. Ganschow didn't like the call again, but down on strikes via the curveball for out number 1.
First strikeout looking there. Lenhard this year. Just a tough pitch. That low and outside for Ganschow.
So here's Tom Marcotte. Americans dugout really letting the home plate umpire hear it. Dan Brick now walking down to talk things over with the home plate umpire. Looked like the home plate umpire warned the Americans dugout. And now another warning looks like issued for Dan Brick.
One more word, he's gone.
First pitch to Marcotte. Curveball in there, called strike, 0-1. No Will Cordero today for the Americans. Dan Brick got to be awful careful. Marcotte batting from the right side. Count is 0-1. Doubledays lead 5-4. Pitch from Lenhard. A fastball driven the other way, but foul. Now 0-2.
5 straight strikes here from Lenhard.
Marcotte at the plate, down 0-2. He's 0 for 2 today as well. Pitch from Lenhard outside, misses. Now 1-2. Marcotte on the year, just a 170 hitter, but played the majority of the innings over there at third base. Also spent some time at first. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Marcotte down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Andrew Lenhard here in the top of the 6th. And that'll bring up Anthony Savino, the hometown hero.
Lenhard trying to strike out the side here. Savino certainly, with as well, struck out looking on a tough pitch. Lenhard, after giving up 3 earned runs to start at top of the 5th, trying to do the complete opposite here in the top of the 6th.
Savino at the plate. First pitch, outside, misses 1-0, up and out. A heck of a pitch in that last at-bat to get Marcotte down on strikes. A two-seamer with that left-handed riding action away from Marcotte. He waved and misses. Whist. Savino at the plate, ahead of 1-0. Pitch, fastball outside corner, called a strike. Now 1-1.
Savino with a smile, like, are you serious? Now as he's down in an 0-2.
Savino at the plate. Here against the lefty Lenhard. Pitch, line down the right field line, foul. Now 1-2.
Saw Foxcroft nearly make a play on it barehanded. If he's coming in a pitch later, certainly hope he isn't.
Americans, no game tomorrow, Tuesday or Wednesday. They'll be back in action on Thursday at Sal Magley Stadium against Power City Athletics, a premier travel baseball organization, in a 7-inning exhibition game. Pitch from Lenhard, curveball outside corner, called strike 3. Savino knew it, and Lenhard comes on for the 6th and strikes out the side. Great job for Lenhard. A 1-2-3 inning, but also 3 straight Ks.
Yeah, really mows down that middle of the lineup. Ganschow, Marcotte, and Savino. Looking for another strong outing on the mound.
First inning, the Americans have gone down in order all game, and it wasn't a pretty one. 2 strikeouts looking, 1 from Ganschow, 1 Savino, 1 swinging from Marcotte on a fastball low and away, so that'll bring out Jackson Lerner once again. Not much time in the dugout for Lerner, not much of a breather there. But he's right back out on the mound. Could be a good thing, though. A lot of pitchers can be successful when they don't necessarily have a lot of time to wait around. Keeps the arm hot. Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Laborers Local 91 for their generous support this season. Laborers Local 91 provides highly trained workers for heavy construction, environmental remediation, and infrastructure projects, while also offering apprenticeships and health and safety training. Since 1935, Laborers Local 91 has been proudly building the infrastructure, economy, and communities of the Niagara frontier. Call Laborers Local 91 at 716-297-6441 to apply for a career as a skilled construction craft laborer. So Jackson Lerner back out on the mound for the Americans. here in the bottom of the 6th. The Doubledays lead 5-4, a narrow lead for Auburn, looking for the rubber match victory here over the Americans.
Absolutely, and certainly the Americans have put up more runs than last time. 4-5 ball game. Compared to the last time when the Americans won 11-10, they were down 9-1 in that game, Tom. Really been a back-and-forth affair here. Lerner looking for another solid outing. Really wish you were Dan Brick if you pulled him in earlier because he got 2 huge outs, but Moreau's probably set on the mound. I think I can get out of this. It's the only problem. He really couldn't. Want to trust your starter until he shows that he can't.
So it's a pinch hitter now for the Doubledays. First pitch from Lerner is strike 1. Lerner ahead 0-1. He deals. Bouncing ball up the middle. Savino Fields throws on the run and gets the first out of the inning. Another out worked by Lerner. Done a good job out of the bullpen.
Why wouldn't it be Griggs? He's 23.
Lerner gets that one outside. Ball number 1. That'll bring up Michael Ambrogio.
We'll get back to you about who that new pitch batter was. Last time we saw
Count 1-0. Pitch from Lerner to Ambrogio. Swing and a miss on the sweeper. Now 1-1. A good spot from Lerner. Got the sweeper working here in back-to-back outings. Actually just pitched 2 days ago against the Ironbacks in St. Catharines. Went 1 inning, had 1 strikeout, no hits, no runs. Looked really good in that outing. Here's the 1-1 from Lerner. Another sweeper, swing and a miss. Ambrogio way out in front. And there's strike 3.
We talked about Lerner came in 2 days ago, but no one warming in his pen, so they're going to try and use him as much as they can. It's already went an inning and a third. Only 13 pitches so far, Tom, from Lerner. So really doing his job here.
So here's Jaden Madrid, the leadoff hitter for the Doubledays. He's 1 for 2 today. Pitch, outside corner, called strike 1. That ball probably about a ball off the outside corner, but the home plate umpire really giving that pitch today. Lerner lands another sweeper on the outer half for strike 1 here against Madrid. Score still 5-4 here at Falcon Park. Lerner deals, fastball driven the other way, but drifting foul will land in the Americans' bullpen. Strike 2, Lerner quickly ahead, really grooving the zone so far in his second inning of work.
Lerner's been dealing, we talked about him being wild, but certainly not the case these last 2 starts.
Lerner working out of the stretch here against Madrid. The 0-2. Fastball bounced to the right side. Gladfelter fields in short right field, makes the throw. And a 1-2-3 inning worked for Jackson Lerner. A great outing so far for the Americans reliever. The Doubledays still lead 5-4.
Yeah, we're sorry, guys. We have no idea who that was.
As we head to the top of the 7th, Americans have 9 outs to go. Looking to force a comeback. 5-4, the Doubledays lead.
The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the ongoing support of Blaze Brockway Contracting. Family owned and operated for over 15 years, Blaze Brockway Contracting specializes in all aspects of remodeling and renovation. Call 607-259-7607 for all of your construction and home improvement needs. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Bully Hill Vineyards for their support all season long. On the south end of gorgeous Keuka Lake, you can taste over 40 wines and enjoy food at a family-friendly winery open 7 days a week. Visit bullyhillvineyards.com to learn more about what they have to offer. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Coca-Cola for their support this season. Known for its refreshing bubbles and iconic flavor, Coca-Cola is the world's best-selling carbonated soft drink. Snag a Coke right here at the Sal Magley Stadium concession stand and make your game day even sweeter.
back here at Falcon Park. Scores 5-4. Doubledays lead the Americans. We're in the top of the 7th. Adam Weiss to lead things off here against Andrew Lenhard, who's back out there on the mound for Auburn in relief. Lenhard, a southpaw out of the University of Rochester, struck out the side in his last inning of work. Now we'll face Adam Weiss here in the top of the 7th. First pitch, a fastball outside corner, called a strike. 0-1. Weiss playing first base today for the Americans. He's 0 for 1, walked back in the 2nd. Pitch, bouncing ball to short, fielded by Madrid. Pitch to first, and he got him by about a step. The throw to first, I should say. A 6-3 put out from Madrid. Weiss out for the first out of the inning. Madrid kind of fumbled with the baseball, but able to get out number 1 and kind of recover from it. Mike Sabella now digs in from the right side against the lefty Lenhard. Had a base hit his last time up against Lenhard. First pitch outside corner with the changeup. Called strike 1, 0-1. A pinch hitter looming on deck for the Americans in Alex Glasscock. Pitch outside, misses. 1-1. Counts even at 1. Sabella digs in. He's 1 for 2 today. Pitch, fastball low. Called strike. Somehow, I mean, from my angle, looked below the knees, but even Bentavanga had a tough time holding on to that one as it was near the dirt. But called a strike now, 1-2. Sabella behind in the count against the southpaw Lenhard. Lenhard out of the stretch, deals to Sabella. Curveball misses upstairs. Will even the count up at 2.
Sabella really has to fight off every single pitch because you don't even know if it's going to go under the stands. It still might be called a strike.
Here's the 2-2. Line foul. Good swing from Sabella, but foul, a little bit behind that pitch. Lenhard really working hard out there on the mound, doing a good job for the Doubledays. Here's the 2-2. Low, called, strike 3, a changeup. I thought it was low out of the hand, but called strike 3. 4th strikeout in the last 2 innings for Lenhard. He gets Sabella down on strikes.
Glasscock pinch hitting for Munakata. First time we've really seen a pinch hitter from Munakata in a while. It's struggling in the year, but they usually opt to have him go in. Beckett's looking for a 2-out rally here.
So here's a pinch hitter, Alex Glasscock, for Ryotaro Munakata. Glasscock's first at bat of the ball game. Munakata went 0 for 2. Dan Brick giving Glasscock a shot here against the left-hander Lenhard. Pitch. Swings at the first pitch, lines it to right field. Going back is Ambrogio. He won't get it. It's over his head. Glasscock rounds first. He's headed for second. He's going to stop right there. Slides in safe. It's a 2-out pinch hit double for Alex Glasscock. And the Americans have a runner in scoring position here for David Harris.
Well, certainly one of the best pinch hits we've seen all year for Glasscock, who didn't have a single extra base hit on the year. 3 singles. Now he's got a double. As it brings up David Harris. Talked about it, has a double and a triple in this game. Single can tie this ball game up.
So Harris at the plate. Batting from the left side against the lefty Lenhard. Glasscock, good speed off second, can score on anything to the outfield. Pitch, outside, misses 1-0. So suddenly an inning where Lenhard looks like he's dominating. Now the Americans have a chance to tie this up with 1 swing. Today must be double day for the Americans, taking on the Doubledays. Heck of a lot of doubles so far today. Harris takes that one outside, now 2-0. Four doubles in the ball game now for the red, white, and blue. 4 of their 6 hits. Harris at the plate, ahead 2-0. Pitch, fastball, swing and a miss. Strike 1. Harris behind a heater up and in from Lenhard. Might see 83. That's not really blowing your socks off, but from the left side, it really does make a difference with a lot of run on it. Harris at the plate, still ahead in the count, 2-1, looking to drive in Glasscock. Lenhard checks on Glasscock at second. delivers out of the stretch. The pitch to Harris outside misses, now 3-1.
Pitch feel you could have went either way there. 3-1 count, huge spot for Harris. We talked about really picked up the walks, 17 on the year. Looking for another one.
Lenhard working out of the stretch. Checks on Glasscock. Delivers to Harris. Low, called a strike at the bottom of the zone. Harris actually was headed for first base. Thought it was ball 4, but now going to have to head back towards home plate. Loads the count full. A huge pitch incoming here for Lenhard. Count is full. 5-4 the Doubledays lead. There goes Glasscock for third. Harris swings and misses. Strike 3. A big strikeout for Andrew Lenhard. Sends Harris back to the dugout for the third out of the 7th. Americans suddenly down to their final 6 outs here against the Doubledays. They trail 5-4 in the inning. The Americans score no runs on 1 hit. A double pinch hitting from Alex Glasscock. No errors in the inning and just 1 runner left on. Unable to capitalize with a runner in scoring position once again.
I mean, there's no one you'd rather have up than David Harris. You feel like he's just a single machine or a double or a triple, but strikes out. Good pitch to run out was Glasscock. Would have been safely either if we had runners at the corners. But it'll bring up Lerner. Went 1 1/3 so far. It has been lethal. Try to continue that here with the Americans down 1.
Americans 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position. They'll have 6 outs left to do it here against the Doubledays. Auburn leads 5-4 here at Falcon Park. You're watching PGCBL baseball right here on the American Sports Network.
The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank TLC Pet Food for their continued support. Specializing in nutrient-dense recipes, TLC Pet Food offers dog and cat food with fresh ingredients and added probiotics. Find the whole life dog and cat formulas for your furry friend at tlcpetfood.com. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the ongoing support of Blaze Brockway Contracting. Family owned and operated for over 15 years, Blaze Brockway Contracting specializes in all aspects of remodeling and renovation. Call 607-259-7607 for all of your construction and home improvement needs.
So a pinch hitter coming up now for the Doubledays. It's Flynn Shoop. Going to hit for Chase Moore here in the bottom of the 7th. Shoop wears number 2 for the Doubledays. Pinch hitting against Jackson Lerner, who's back out there out of the pen for the Americans. Nobody warming. Looks like Lerner is going to go as long as he can. Shoop played shortstop this last time up. Last time these two teams met. Pitch from Lerner. Inside corner just misses. Called a ball, 1-0. Shoop had a really good game the last time these two teams met here at Falcon Park. Lerner out of the stretch behind 1-0. Pitch to Shoop, a sweeper outside corner. Called a strike. The last time these two teams faced off, the Doubledays won 10-0. Flynn Shoop in that game, 2 for 3, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Also had 2 stolen bases in that game as well, including a double. Here's the pitch from Lerner. Sweeper again outside, just missing. Now 2-1. Lerner behind 2-1. Had a clean inning his last inning against the bottom half of the Doubledays order. Shoop pinch hitting for Moore in the 2 spot. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Now 2-2. We're in the bottom of the 7th. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Flynn Shoop, the number 2 at the plate. Nobody out in the inning, nobody on. Lerner looking for another strikeout. Here's the 2-2. Sweeper, swing and a miss, strike 3. Jackson Lerner again. Another K on the sweeper for out number 1.
Jackson Lerner has been absolutely disgusting so far in this game. One of his best outing all year. Went 1 2/3 so far. 2 strikeouts, not giving up a hit. Just mowing down Doubledays.
First pitch, sweeper to Teddy Monahan, driven out to right, and that'll fall for a base hit. So Monahan read Lerner like a book. And seeing that sweeper outside. Monahan doing the right thing, staying back and driving it the other way. For a base hit, his second hit of the ball game. Third hit of the ball game.
Bring up bats who doubled to right center at bottom of the 5th. Scored Monahan and Madrid. So came around to score on the Ragland double.
And that was no cheapie of a double. Bats killed that ball to right center. A full barrel. Monahan off first. Lerner deals. Fouled off by Bats. Strike number 1. Monahan, good speed at first. Bats so far today, 1 for 3. Actually, 2 hard hit balls to right center. One of them tracked down by Harris. The other fell for a double. Pitch from Lerner. Lined foul right behind home. Now 0-2. Monahan, 15 stolen bases on the year, leads this Auburn team. Also been caught stealing 3 times, which also leads the Doubledays. Lerner ahead 0-2. There goes Monahan. Pitch, fouled off. So Monahan heads back to first. Count 0-2. Lerner way ahead here against Justin Bats. We're at Leo Pinckney Field at Falcon Park here in Auburn, New York. Scores 5-4, Doubledays lead. There goes Monahan again. Now staying put. Inside, just misses with the fastball. Can actually see 2 Americans players put their hands on their heads. Savino at short, David Harrison center. Both saying to themselves, where did that one miss? Home plate umpire zone been kind of all over the place this evening. Here's the 1-2. There goes Monahan. Pitch fouled off again by Bats. Another sweeper from Lerner. Bats able to foul it off.
We tell people, Tom, follow your dreams, but after this game, this home plate umpire, she might want to take a new profession.
So count is 1-2. Bats at the plate, batting from the right side. Pick off, but Monahan back in time. Lerner now doing a good job keeping Monahan in check over there. Monahan, the starting center fielder this past year at NU. Pitch outside, missing. Will even up the count at 2. Monahan at first actually led Niagara University this past year in triples with 3. There goes Monahan. Pitch to Bats. Bouncing ball to second. Gladfelter fields. He'll go to first and make the second out of the inning. A nice job by Gladfelter to recover after going to cover second on the stolen base, but return to make the out at first.
We've seen that in the past where the second baseman is moving over to right, and then the ball just gets past their glove when they're trying to move backwards, but Gladfelter played it well. Lerner does move over into scoring position as it brings out Michelson.
So here's Braden Michelson with the runner in scoring position in Monahan. Really good speed out there for the Doubledays. Lerner working out of the stretch. Deals to the Doubledays extra hitter. Pitch upstairs, misses 1-0. Michelson on the year, a 348 hitter. 3 doubles, 1 triple. Still looking for that first long ball of the season. Michelson. Pitch from Lerner. Outside corner called a strike. Evens up the count at 1. Michelson from Plymouth, New Hampshire. Jackson Lerner out of Stratham, New Hampshire. So a battle of the New Hampshire natives once again here at Falcon Park. Lerner out of the stretch. Here's the 1-1. Sweeper outside missing. Now 2-1.
Michelson flew out to David Harris in center and has walked twice. Certainly something he's known for. 13 walks to only 10 strikeouts for Michelson. Gets on base to 4.57 clip.
Lerner working out of the stretch. Monahan off second, a good lead. Lerner checks on him. Once again. Now delivers to Michelson. Pitch, bouncing ball up the middle. Savino stops it. Monahan now headed for home. The throw home. Sabella, tag applied. A nice play from Anthony Savino from short center field. Throws out Teddy Monahan at home. A 6-2 put out for the third out of the inning. This game still 5-4. The Americans coming to bat here in the top of the 8th.
The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Bully Hill Vineyards for their support all season long. On the south end of gorgeous Keuka Lake, you can taste over 40 wines and enjoy food at a family-friendly winery open 7 days a week. Visit bullyhillvineyards.com to learn more about what they have to offer. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Coca-Cola for their support this season. Known for its refreshing bubbles and iconic flavor, Coca-Cola is the world's best-selling carbonated soft drink. Snag a Coke right here at the Sal Magley Stadium concession stand and make your game day even sweeter. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank McDonald's for being a sponsor of the team this year. With an extensive menu of well-known favorites, McDonald's is famous for its convenience. Especially during a long baseball season, McDonald's is the perfect place to grab a quick bite to eat and get right back to the ballpark. So head to your nearest McDonald's and enjoy all the classics. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Coca-Cola for their support this season. Known for its refreshing bubbles and iconic flavor, Coca-Cola is the world's best-selling carbonated soft drink. Snag a Coke right here at the Sal Magley Stadium concession stand and make your game day even sweeter. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank TLC Pet Food for their continued support. Specializing in nutrient-dense recipes, TLC Pet Food offers dog and cat food with fresh ingredients and added probiotics. Find the whole life dog and cat formulas for your furry friend at tlcpetfood.com.
Justin Gladfelter now leading things off here for the Americans. Game still 5-4 after Savino makes a 6-2 put out from shallow center field. A nice play from the hometown hero. Gladfelter bounces that one to short. Stopped by Madrid. Throws across the diamond. Not in time. An infield single for Gladfelter, able to beat it out.
We've seen great games from both shortstops here, Tom. Madrid and Savino. Madrid had a diving stop. The jump up to get the play was Bass, but still Gladfelter beat it out. Huge to once again get the leadoff runner on again for Zangardi, who 3-run tank to deep right center his last time up.
Zangardi, the go-ahead run at the plate. Gladfelter, the game-tying run at first. Pitch. There goes Gladfelter. Bouncing ball through the right side, a base hit. Gladfelter round second. He's headed for third. How about a hit and run for the Americans? First and third now with nobody out in the top of the eighth. They're down one, looking to make this game tied.
Hit and run for the ages there. Perfect play. We've talked about it, Tom, trying to run and cover second when he's running and then having to go back to make the play at second base again. Zangardi now first and third here is Stickler, who's struck out twice. We'd love to see him put down a bunt here, Tom.
Yeah, first and third. Definitely a good spot for a bunt. You wonder if they send Zangardi out first either. Corners in for the Doubledays. Nobody out. Logan Stickler at the plate. He's 0 for 3 today.
Just got to be careful. Don't pop the bunt up.
Lenhart still in the game. Pitch. Driven out to right field. Headed towards the line. Foul. Stickler misses a double by about 5 feet. Good swing from Stickler, though.
Good swing from Stickler. I'd still like to have them move that bunt. Didn't see it on that first chance. We keep seeing Stickler swings that first pitch. Just missed there.
First and third for the Americans. Nobody out. Stickler behind 0-1. Lenhart deals low. Good block from Bentavanga. Keeps Zangardi at first. Really good speed on the bases for the red, white, and blue here. Stickler puts something in the gap. You could see them take the lead. Zangardi could come around to score from first. Americans down to their final 6 outs, but runners at the corners here with nobody out in the top of the 8th.
29 combined stolen bases here at first and third.
Deals. Outside corner called to strike. A backdoor curveball. Lenhart lands it in there. Makes it 1-2. Doubledays assistant coach headed to talk things over with Lenhart. Looks like Tim Mack. Odd time to do this with 1 ball, 2 strikes in the count. You wonder if this kind of messes up Lenhart's rhythm at all.
I was going to think the exact same thing. You gave up first and third. I was thinking right before that Stickler at bat, maybe he'd come out. But instead, middle of the middle of the at-bat when you're in control at a pitcher's count. Lenhart's went 4 innings here, really trying to get a huge strikeout. Already has 6 so far in this game. Stickler trying to at least either move the runners over. I don't think that bunt's happening, Tom.
Yeah, with a 1-2 count, Stickler looking to drive in more runs. 16 RBIs in the past week for Logan Stickler. 2 grand slams actually 1 week ago from today against the Elmira Pioneers for Stickler. Runners at the corner. Zangardi off first, Gladfelter off third. Count is 1-2. The southpaw deals. Bouncing ball down the third baseline, foul. Zangardi taking off on the play on the first move. You wonder if they were talking about some sort of pickoff play there, maybe coming up later in the inning or later in the at-bat.
Wouldn't mind them trying to get Zangardi over to second and eliminate the force out. Just got to be careful with a line out double play.
Ground ball would tie the game, though. First and third, nobody out. He deals. Fouled off. Stickler fights off a fastball up and away. Doing a really good job staying alive here. Count is 1-2.
Certainly work this at bat. That's what you really want to do here and just make Lenhart work. Trying to put this ball in play here if you're Stickler.
Lenhard working out of the stretch. Checks on Zangardi at first. Delivers to Stickler low. Now 2-2. There goes Zangardi. And he makes it into second. Steals second. And now second and third. Nobody out for the red, white, and blue. A huge spot for Logan Stickler.
Humongous spot. Just a wild pitch, just right, really the legs of Stickler. Didn't really make it easier for Benevico to throw him out. That second, third, big spot.
Doubledays bringing the infield in. Nobody out second and third. Pitch to Stickler. Popped down the first baseline in foul ground, but drifting out of play, and it'll land in the stands. Count remains 2-2. So Lenhard on the mound here for the Doubledays. Came in to start the fourth and has been in ever since. Done an excellent job limiting the offense of the Americans, but not so far here in this inning. Second and third, nobody out. Doubledays infield in. Pitch to Stickler. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Gets Stickler down swinging. Does Lenhard for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Matthew Ganschow.
Huge strikeout. Does bring up Ganschow, however, has already walked. So has a strikeout looking. Another guy you want to have increase his RBIs. You know he's going to hit this ball hard.
Yeah, Ganschow struck out looking on a call that he'd like to have back his last time up. Pitch to Ganschow. Bouncing ball to third. Gladfelter tagged out at third. The throw across the diamond. It's a double play for the Doubledays. Flynn Shoup tags out Gladfelter for out number 1. And throws across the diamond to get Ganschow for out number 2 in the play, out number 3 in the inning. A huge double play for Auburn. Keeps this game 5-4. They lead by 1. Able to escape a second and third, 1-out jam.
Once again, you have a runner at third, right to the third baseman. Gladfelter just off the bag and able to get a humongous double play. Americans second and third. No outs, still can't move the runners over. We talked about it, Tom. Just Americans so far in this game with runners in scoring position 2 for 14. That's putrid.
I mean, you look at that last play, not much Gladfelter really can do. A ground ball right at him. You go home, you're probably getting thrown out. Yes, maybe not a double play. But Gladfelter kind of make the right move to go back to third after what happened earlier in the game with David Harris getting thrown out at home running on contact. It just depends on what the Americans are doing in that situation, whether they are running on contact or whether they're seeing it through. My guess, they're probably seeing it through with the infield in. So Gladfelter, again, made the right move. Just a tough spot because the ball was hit right, maybe a foot away from him, not even. So just a heck of a play by Flynn Shoup to able to tag Gladfelter, be able to, and then throw across the diamond in time to beat Ganschow as well.
And Shoup just came in an inning ago, pinch hitting and staying at third base. A huge move, huge play from Shoup. And once again, another pinch hit. We talked about Glasscock's double, ended up not being able to come around the score, but another pinch hit here with Shoup. 2 huge plays from both these coaches. It stays a 5-4 ball game. Americans down to their final 3 outs, but it feels like this should be a tie ball game.
Yeah, you talked about just the runners in scoring position numbers today, just absolutely putrid. A great way to describe it because of how poor the Americans have been in getting those guys around. They just really have struggled. We're now in the bottom of the 8th. The Doubledays lead 5-4. Jackson Lerner still out there on the mound for the red, white, and blue. William Ragland at the plate. First pitch from Lerner. Outside, misses with the sweeper, 1-0. Ragland today, 1 for 1 with an RBI double and 2 walks. He's reached all 3 times. Lerner out of the stretch. Here's the 1-0 to Ragland. Outside, misses. Now 2-0. Actually got by Sabella with the sweeper. Missed probably by about a good 5 feet.
Luckily, no one on base. She mentioned brings up Ragland, who's reached already once this game, bringing up the 6, 7, and 8 hitters combined are 1 for 5.
Lerner behind 2-0, deals to Ragland. Fastball inside corner, called a strike. Catches the inner half, 2-1. Ragland out of Lincoln Memorial. Didn't appear in a game this past year. Behind, or actually ahead, 2-1. Pitch from Lerner. Inside, and he hits him. So Ragland reaches first for the 4th time today on the hit by pitch from Jackson Lerner.
Talked about the issues with hit by pitches. That's his 23rd. We're going to see Ethan Smith pinch hit. Lerner just plunks him on a 1-0 count. Don't want to get the leadoff runner on. 3 for 8 now are the Doubledays leadoff compared to Americans who are 5 for 8.
So like you mentioned, Ethan Smith, pinch hitter now for Auburn. Brendan Smith being taken out after going 1 for 3. Had an infield single but struck out twice. Ragland, good speed off first. Lerner checks him, now deals to Ethan Smith. Inside, almost hits him again. That's where you see Lerner kind of struggle, where the ball gets inside and out by a clear margin, where he's getting kind of wild, but I haven't seen that in the last couple outings for Lerner. Pitch. That one's in there on the outer half. A good spot from Lerner. Looking to get a ground ball here against Ethan Smith. Try to force a double play.
Smith's appeared in 15 games this year. 366 hitter, 3rd in the team in doubles with 4.
Pitch. Outside. Misses. Now 2-1. Big spot for Ethan Smith off the bench. Looking to provide some insurance runs here for the Doubledays. His 15th game, 42nd at-bat of the summer. There goes Ragland from first. Got a good jump. Sabella's throw not nearly going to be in time. Ragland, a great jump, swipe second. Now the Doubledays have a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th.
3-1 count, huge jump. It's more important the run, just getting that insurance one running. Who's going to come in that top of the 9th for this Doubledays team? Certainly like a 2-run lead. Just wondering whoever it may be.
Ryan Rocco getting loose for the Doubledays out there in the bullpen. Lerner behind 3-1. He deals. Fastball outside corner. Ball 4. Seems like that pitch has been called all game, but didn't get it that time. So now first and second, nobody out. A pinch hit walk for Ethan Smith. And that'll bring up Zach Spurger, his second at-bat of the game. Pitch misses. 1-0 Spurger. Yeah, he went around, so it's strike 1. Actually squared around a bunt, but so now count is 0-1. Weiss waiting at first. Marcotte back at third, as he usually is. Pulls back. Sweeper inside, just misses. Lerner frustrated, put his hands up in the air. You don't see a lot of emotion usually out there from Lerner with calls like that, but really getting frustrated now.
Just missed the zone and Spurger. That's the problem with pitching inside if you're Lerner.
There goes Ragland for third. Sabella drops the pitch. So it's a double steal for Auburn. Did Spurger go? He did not on the bunt attempt. So it's a double steal for the Doubledays. Now second and third, nobody out in the inning.
Really have picked up the steals so far. 3 in this inning. Only 1 prior.
Sabella dropping that pitch. You wonder if he had a shot at him at third. Americans bring the infield in. They trail 5-4 here in the bottom of the 8th. Lerner out of the stretch behind 2-1. Deals to Spurger. Inside corner, just misses again. Now 3-1.
Lerner really likes that inside strike, not really getting the call. How close it is to hitting the batter, I think that's really swaying the home plate umpire away from giving him that call.
Spurger ahead, 3-1. The pitch from Lerner, outside, misses. So he walks Spurger to load the bases with nobody out. Dan Brick going to walk out and talk things over with his reliever, Jackson Lerner. Americans have a force out at any bag, and that'll bring up Corbin Lovejoy. Lovejoy pinch hit back in the bottom of the 6th for Jake Bentavanga. And he grounded out in his first at-bat. So 0 for 1 today is Lovejoy, but looking to change that here with the bases loaded and nobody out. See if Lerner can work out of another jam.
Hopefully, just needs that force out here. If you're Auburn, really all you want is 1 or 2 runs here. Obviously, you'll take as many as you can get, but knowing you already have the lead, it's just helping whoever comes in to finish this game. You wonder if it'll be Lenhart. He's already pitched so far in this game 5 innings. Just wondering how much they'll use him.
So Lovejoy at the plate, bats from the right side. Bases are loaded, nobody out. Americans bring the infield in. They have a force at home, a ground ball in the infield. You have to think they're going home. First pitch from Lerner to Lovejoy, fouled off, 0-1.
Lerner hit Ragland, who's now at third. You just can't hit a batter here. Rose hasn't walked a runner in, but he's really close, had a lot of 3-ball counts.
Here's the 0-1 from Lerner, outside, misses. Now 1-1. And really trying to groove that outer half today. Another pinch hitter on deck for the Doubledays in Nacho Gonzalez. Count 1-1. Lerner deals out of the stretch. Outside, a wave and a miss from Lovejoy. Now 1-2. Lerner really working that sweeper today.
Just looking for a huge strikeout or a force out at home. Just trying to have this ball not go that far. Don't want to have a sac fly here.
Count 1-2. Lerner out of the stretch, deals. Sweeper again, check swing. Yes, he did. A big strikeout. No, he did not. Field umpire says no, he didn't. Lerner puts his hands on his knees, says, how was that possible? Looked like he really went around from our angle, but Americans don't get the call. Count is now even at 2.
Must have blinked.
Even the scoreboard operator thought it was strike 3. Counts set to 0 with now 2-2. Pitch upstairs, misses, now 3-2.
Just a sweeper. It looked like he really went around Tom. It didn't really seem like there was much argument about it. I don't know why they opted to appeal.
So count is full. 3-2, nobody out. Bases are loaded. Lerner. Pitch to Lovejoy. Outside this time, he goes around. Strike 3. Jackson Lerner gets a huge strikeout with the bases loaded. There's the first out of the inning.
Certainly no argument there as it brings up Nacho Gonzalez. Lerner a third of the way out of this inning. Just needs 2 huge outs.
So a big pinch hit opportunity for Gonzalez here in the game for Michael Ambrogio.
Gonzalez came around to score twice via 2 walks in that 10-0 win against the Americans on July 3rd.
Lerner working out of the stretch against the left-hander. First pitch, a fastball swing and a miss, strike 1. Gonzalez hopping right into the game, swinging at the first pitch, but misses. So behind 0-1 now.
306 hitter, 15 hits on the year for Gonzalez, 12 RBIs.
Pitch, lined into center, coming on Harris. He won't get there. Played on a hop. 1 run is in. Here comes the second. Savino catch, throw, the relay throw, not in time. It's a 2-run single for Nacho Gonzalez. Provides the Doubledays with some insurance. Makes it 7-4. Harris throw into Savino. Savino looked confused when he caught it. Not much communication from the Americans infield to tell the American shortstop where to throw that relay throw and was, by that time, not in time. So 7-4 the Doubledays lead.
Yeah, you wonder if there could have been a chance at home. Wondering if they thought runner was going to go from first to third there on that hit, but Vino just gets the ball in from Harris, and there's those insurance runs they were looking for.
Pitch, there's the sweeper, strike one to Jaden Madrid. So Doubledays have scored 2 runs on 1 hit in the inning just on that single alone.
Teammates move around. Now the runner flips back up to Jaden Madrid at the top of the lineup.
Madrid at the plate, behind 0-1. Pitch outside, misses, now 1-1.
Lerner, it's a 1-1 count.
Nacho clearly showed there that he's got ice in his veins with his back against the wall there. Especially with all the pressure that he had.
Count is 1-1. First and second, 1 out in the inning. Pitch. Madrid grounds out into third. Marcotte in the field. Step on third for out number 1.
Gets the lead runner out. It looks like Auburn said he missed the bag.
Thomas Heaton, not sure if Marcotte touched third, but the home plate umpire called him out. So there's out number 2.
Convinced that he wasn't out, and now they're going to have a dialogue about that.
Eaton, the manager for the Doubledays, still fired up. Out number 2 was made. That'll bring up Flynn Shoup.
We'll see Zach Sperger retire back. No.
That's the fielder's choice hit for Madrid.
Looked clear as day that he touched the bag. I'm not sure what they argued about. I mean, Cott was right there.
First and second with 2 outs now. Lerner out of the stretch. Americans trail 7-4. Flynn Shoup at the plate. His second at bat of the game. Sweeper misses outside, 1-0.
It's tough to see. So it's now a 1-0 count.
Count is 1-0. Shoup last at bat struck out.
His last time up, and I think it's double play.
Lerner out of the stretch. First and second. Count 1-0. Lerner deals. Outside corner gets the call. Now 1-1. I mean, this zone has really just been all over the place tonight. That one looked maybe about a ball off the corner. Lerner got it. Now 1-1.
Yeah, certainly no one's been happy with this home plate umpire, whether you're Auburn or the Americans. It feels like he's missed a lot of pitches on both sides.
Here's the 1-1 from Lerner. Sweeper. Hit to foul ground. Out of play. Down the first baseline. Now 1-2.
This 2-hole has been bad luck for the Doubledays today. Chase Moore started it off by flying out to second, and then he struck out in third, struck out in fifth, and Shoup struck out in the seventh.
So Shoup at the plate, trailing in the count 1-2. Madrid off first.
2 outs on the board. He doesn't want to end this
Sperger off second.
rally here in the eighth.
Here's the pitch from Lerner. Sweeper popped
Hit high.
into shallow right. Going to be a long run for Gladfelter. He makes the play in shallow right field for the third out of the inning. A nice running grab for Justin Gladfelter. But in the inning, the Doubledays tack on 2 insurance runs on 1 hit. No errors in the inning, and they leave 2 runners on base. We head to the top of the 9th, see if the Americans have a rally in their bats. They trail 7-4, down to their final 3 outs. Here against the Doubledays, and Andrew Lenhard going to head back out there on the mound, try to get this save and the win. So just the win.
Yeah, we get the win for Lenhard. Went 5 innings so far, given up 6 hits, 3 runs, only 2 earned, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. Certainly found the zone much more than Williams did to start out this ball game.
Talk about the clutch hitting from the Doubledays all night long. A big 2-run single. That last half inning for Nacho Gonzalez coming in off the bench. They lead 7-4. The Americans coming to bat here in the top of the 9th. Down to their final 3 outs. You're watching PGCBL Baseball right here on the American Sports Network.
The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank TLC Pet Food for their continued support. Specializing in nutrient-dense recipes, TLC Pet Food offers dog and cat food with fresh ingredients and added probiotics. Find the whole life dog and cat formulas for your furry friend at tlcpetfood.com. The Niagara Falls Americans thank Casella Waste Systems for their continued support. Casella offers sustainable waste management and garbage pickup right here in Niagara Falls. As an environmental service provider, Casella manages and transforms society's waste into new resources. Call 716-637-4843 to get a price quote on garbage pickup.
So we head to the top of the 9th here at Leo Pinckney Field at Falcon Park. Thomas Marcotte to lead things off here against Andrew Lenhard in his 6th inning of work. The pitch, Marcotte drives that one out to right field, coming on, and that one's caught by Burt Maxim, who subbed into this game to play a defense. There's the first out of the inning.
If you're the Americans and any hit counts, you really think you try and take more than one pitch here. If you're Marcotte, it's a huge first out as it brings up Anthony Savino.
The hometown hero at the plate. Pitch from Lenhard. Upstairs, misses 1-0. Americans now down to their final 2 outs here against the Doubledays in a rubber match. Winner take all for the season series. Pitch. Bouncing ball to second. Ragland charging. Fields with one, throws with the other, and there's the second out of the inning. Americans down to their final out in Adam Weiss.
Really feel the difference maker in this game, Thomas, when you had second and third, nobody out, the ground out, the strikeout and the double play. I really feel like it really turned the tides. Obviously, the Americans were down 5-4 in that inning, but it felt like if they'd gotten a run in or maybe brought that game, taking the lead there, that could have been the difference.
Weiss swings and misses there. Foul tips it, actually. Strike one. So now 0-1.
Weiss walked back in the second, but hasn't gotten on since then. The 0-1 count.
Lenhard working out of the stretch with nobody on. Deals to Weiss. Fastball popped foul. Americans down to their final strike.
Now the 0-2 pitch is Lenhard approaching his 70th toss of the night.
Can't say anything more about Andrew Lenhard in this outing out of the bullpen for the Doubledays. Just been great tonight. Weiss behind in the count 0-2. Trying to keep the Americans alive. Takes that one down and in. Ball one. So count is 1-2. The Herkimer County Community College graduate at the plate in Adam Weiss. Lenhard deals. Curveball lined into right. Coming on Maxim, and it's right at him. The Doubledays able to come back down 4-0 and win this one 7-4. Take the season series against the Americans 2-1 here at Falcon Park on a Sunday evening.
Once again, the Americans have a red-hot start. They're up 4-0, and then just in that bottom of the 5th, they have bases loaded, nobody out, and then hit after hit after hit for Morose. Just really in that end of that lineup, second time through the order. It's really just struggling. Americans just couldn't get an out from Morose, and then they bring in Lerner, who's able to get out of it, and then you just get those 2 huge insurance runs. We talked about it, top of the 8th. You have second and third, nobody out. Stickler strikes out on a full counter, and then Ganschow hard hit right to Shoop as the wherewithal to tag Gladfelter out. Close play there, and then able to get Ganschow out for a humongous double play. That just really felt like it shifted that game. And then just coming in relief, we talked about it, how shaky starting this game for the Doubledays Joseph Williams was. 3 innings pitched, he gave up 3 hits, only had 1 earned run, but it just didn't really seem like he was locked in. And they bring in Lenhard after only 3 innings from Williams. We thought was pretty early, but he just really shut the door. 6 hits, albeit, but 3 runs, only 2 earned, 7 strikeouts. Really feel like he was able to take more control of this umpire's zone, Tom, more than Morose and Lerner really did. We were talking about it earlier in this game when we saw how the zone, they were really giving that low strike or that outside call. Whoever's really going to adapt to this zone is really going to be the one who's going to win this game. And it really felt like going into this game, Lenhard saw what the zone was and really just capitalized. 7 strikeouts, 3 of those looking, and you certainly know those pitches that the Americans took for strike 3 probably weren't strikes.
Final line for Aiden Morose, the losing pitcher, 4 1/3. 5 runs all earned on 8 hits, 5 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Andrew Lenhard gets the win on the mound, and the Doubledays end their 4-game losing streak here at Falcon Park on a Sunday evening against the Americans. They also win the season series 2-1, and the Americans will head into a couple of off days after losing their last 2. One against the Ironbacks just 2 nights ago. Lost against the Ironbacks just 2 nights ago. Now, they've now lost their last 2 games, and the Doubledays standing strong in that 3rd place spot in the PGCBL West Division after a big win tonight against the Americans. So the Doubledays will move to 19-14, whereas the Americans will fall to 12-26 on the year, game number 38. Americans return home on Thursday to face off against Power City Athletics. Then we'll play again at home at Sal Magley Stadium on Friday against the Niagara Ironbacks, then end their season with 2 straight games on the road. Saturday at Batavia against the Muck Dogs, then Sunday at Olean against the Oilers. So those are the final 4 games for the Americans coming up in this regular season this week. But the Doubledays win this one 7-4. Look at the final box score. The Doubledays score 7 runs on 11 hits, 1 error. They leave 10 men left on. The Doubledays score 4 runs on 9 hits, 0 errors in the ballgame, and they left 7 runners on. But the story of the game, that 5-run bottom of the 5th for the Doubledays, and then tacking on 2 more in the bottom of the 8th. The Doubledays win this one 7-4. Lenhard, the winning pitcher, Mrose, the losing pitcher. You look on the American side, a lot of extra base hits today. David Harris, 2 for 4, a triple and a double. Justin Gladfelter, 2 for 4, a double and a single, as well as Matthew Ganschow with a double, and Alex Glasscock, a pinch hit double as well for the red, white, and blue. That's going to do it for us here on the American Sports Network.
The only thing I was going to mention, Tom, is just the extra base hits. Americans really weren't able to tack them on in this game. That was really the issue. The Americans weren't really a singles team. We talked about the seven hits they had, and it was all singles. Just really not the case here in this game. 63rd in extra base hits, 63 extra base hits on the year. When this team has played 37 games, they're averaging about 1 2/3 extra base hits a game. 3 in this game, so certainly was the difference. Just Americans couldn't bring those runners over. That was the main problem in this game, Tom. We talked about it. Runners in scoring position. 3 for 19 with runners on compared to 7 for 21 with Auburn. 2 for 14 with runners in scoring position compared to 6 for 18 with Auburn. You're 5 for 9 on the leadoff, but with runners on less than 2 outs, 0 for 3. Compared to Auburn, which is 3 for 9, and you couldn't get the bases loaded at all in that game compared to Auburn, which when they did, they flourished 2 for 4. That was really the difference. We've talked about it time in and time out, Tom. You're able to get those runners on, whether if it's with 1 out or it's with to lead off, but it's just moving those runner over, whether it's grounders, whether it's just singles or just wild pitches and getting those runners over into scoring position. When they're in scoring position, the bats go silent. That's really been the issue with this team, Tom, the whole year. 10 runners left on base. How many of those runners do you think reached with 1 out or 0 outs, and this Americans bats just went silent? We've talked about hitting isn't really the problem for this Americans team. They're able to get runners on. It's just when they're on, nothing can happen well.
Absolutely, yeah. 9 hits for the red, white, and blue tonight compared to the Doubledays, just 11. So only 2 more. But when you look at the run table total, 7-4, Auburn wins it. You look at the pitching as well. Joseph Williams, a good start. Only went 3 innings, but faced 14 batters through 33 strikes out of 51 total pitches. Allowed 1 run on 3 hits. Had 4 strikeouts as well. But Andrew Lenhard coming out of the bullpen, 7 strikeouts, only allowed 2 earned runs, 6 hits from the Americans, and they lose this one 7-4. I'm Tom Rook alongside Ethan Duncan here on the American Sports Network. We say thanks so much for spending your Sunday evening with us. We'll be back again here live on the American Sports Network at 6:20 p.m. on Thursday. Americans in Power City from Sal Magley Stadium. Have a great rest of your